Mwancho murigereria wakire enainde ngosabo kwabira asayu kyagira ebiga byansi ebirosiri na moka mwanya bantu nabakonyoranga chinde olebiya konyoranga chimashine chikora ko bachake kolende wakire enainde karibu sana ekirabono enainde togenderete nensemo yikionga chinse komnevere cha bono mambi inase ebirebe ko mwancho murigereria na konye enache kireo kumanya oroboti orega kurase ebunge ya bubasi asomonyoruka abwe miaka 25 bono anyalete gusiria ubugima bwae kare ase ense eri ya Lebanon korengana ni amate nigo bagoteba ni ganyalete kwagosa oika aga kanse na gusiria ubugima bwae kero bono bakuboria banyale konyora ogosiro kurasore umancho murigeri na bonsi bali babwate omoyo bwo wanchokuya rinde banyale komoenia omonyaruko yoiga obobuna omurikito Daniel Ontiri agotomanya
Magaga yokoigwa na korora chibicha hasi mitandao igoro yokorwara komosibati umwabo w'emyaka yigatua Emily Nyamoita umunyaruka w'emyaka 22 uyuchete kwerigeria na gukonya ya mate yabo nigo agetense na gukwa sense ya Lebanon numubero nigo gakire hasi nkendwe mo hasi chinse mecho hasigeka kimutinyo yo mubono ubatekana no buremerwa webitoki
kwanete nere video call agante imotomere chibicha cha mesko yo ntorwarete elindaro rebunari kayeikera kana motomera chibiche china babete kago kumi bunaimi na greso ya rwarira kyagero rwarire sana bana reiro chenjiri sana kekagera chibicha chiri chikachikomagasa inde chikachikorobye mabwa
nomugano we amatiga kurwase kenyero kyanya byosi me yanyacheki ase bunge ya bubasi me county ya Kisii yomugaka Henry Nyobuto nomonginoye Jenes Mokera abo babaire nebirengererio asukurwara ku mwana obo burure wa meningitis ase batumekeni benyinge nasigeka kyumutinyo mubono bakorera mariga kubwatekana no gukwa kwa mubosokano ku mwana obo
unandiga nimbwato umwana urumurwaire urwarite meningitis ukorire myaka 3 tari kwenyara njirende yonsi keregente to kumuchenji bodire saraire abaigweto betari kunyara guta burindi bwani goboroboko
bateba batumire ni benyinge nabono nigo baganire kurusi muberonye gusira Emily asense ya Lebanon ase baganire gwetania shilingi kirubu 5 wikirania emeroberio nabono baburia baraye babo n'abasamaria baya ko barorera mabera
aje kore mucanga ibeshenjira ikanonye kene toke no irumya amachejo
asense mwende nigo bakwanira mukyobo bogoikera mu agent uyire to mwana obo asense yo ko bakonya konyora emigwa yasinyire nogo semeli kwa bobono na sinya sae no murigiriria bugeta seni kyagetembe
no mwana inantigero umwana nero muntu kurorigire tuwa ngosaba minto monkonya montiga ondorera mabera sengentu timbwati kendi njirende tei etwani keregento ndubwati kende nore nikiokulia tone tie megonde yons twani ribakemete ona bututigarite bose kuno yasire tinarure gotokonya bano njirate yo ndubwati kende na bututigarite ona turi
abantu ba minto igotokorera semore abantu ba minto kurwa bagusi abagima motokonye mumaete ng'ekemira gyaitokero omonto asirire tari buya gotugutubusiko gaki ensinyo manya gokwanwa bamureta bwati kumorororo yera abo bosoku abanene umwana buno oyo otosireire ochiete kwerigeria akonye family yaye kaki kamuranche nonye nkende nkeriko chimonwe birangeri byokambiro no murwaire naroro rumwana nero rwarete monore nyagitari kaki tokonya kamuranche
koroiga se county ya Kisii litrene ngurku Daniel Ontiri
Mwancho murire na bonjorera kura ase chiro ya keroka niko bono banyare korokia ogotagokiwa kwabo enjira babiri bagutwara okungusanana nekiombe egia korosia chipara aiga asense ya Kenya ekiombe kia Kenya National Highways Authority kose ikena nekiro obagoteba bono nigo bakubulia eserikali ye county enyare kwene kiabuna ya baroseiri ase bakubeka echiro elio batige konyora emechando chingaki a chionsi aiga nigo ganire na Gabriel Enyakundi.
Ritkorero nigo abonjuriria kurwa sichiro ya kiroka barokirie ogutagokiwo kwabo kubwatikana no gotaroserwa wechiro asiri tukorero abateneneri bechipara kena baika asenseme yuna kubaseria kurwa sebara asebaganiri omugavana we county Kisii gochegweso kena kwenekia ngobererale ninki barubo batari gutwalera echiro
anjorete ko bagirishaga Bole kalonko bakanya kumnyoki buna chingo kechire meti ojari chibando tingo rabia. Buna lero Etwani ebatabo kiringa to avitwa kama sivyo sisi tutapomoa. Bona abagina baseke sigire ama tunda ngwite kali ebitambango singwebo bile. Aba bitande bya bunikire. Ono kieke simba ajoko nabantu. Injo tuoro kimaiga asinaro amwali mete. Injo bwaga ajegende wasa for all. Abagina banganya bamanyanga mamina mambiende anobago oba ajirebi boni bani ko selmi kuwa bune jingo ke chia de chibantu chabantu izimero ngwana simba
ere ninya kirario omoni okeroka twachande kira matuko simba gatotomero mongino yaga igaga totebia agocha gotorusia botomu korusa to kini gocha iguru twana komorora tochandegete togotwerwa togatebi kunkai gutore chisedi akabanta maburi agatiga abande one to kumedinga ngaito gochikobera rende toneri ikago toretere biragita ototaria obitaria nabie chiro twaumire nande itu abana bategemete tobwati bole mokeroka no tokolema ekiagera gitobwate chinguru nyasato bokiri gototaite simba tokonye atoimoki buna abanyina abanyabia
kero balingi gukwa na yegani go barure ebirengerero nene mono ase ogotigara barobo magiga azibate birenigo batabwati no nyane nyumba ikabara boigone nyana manche yokonywa ase atayon
ikomanyana na maji to kwesibia makoko nganaro bono gathi batagete to amatunda ko to kulibira kuosha
umunyabia saro keroka no munyakomiti ogaiga esense moya bangina baito bachandegete ntubwati no necho obacha bagatunga inanga torosori bare echo ruguruga echo eyo basinyete omuntu obwata amaguta obegeto obole mubwe echo bakaonia bakabeka amaguta echo nere kurumaega wae batatu igorera no necho ito nagocho basiegete
nigo barure egekurure getindigo cha ase county ya Kisii nene mono ase umugavana we county ya Kisii ucha weso kiago se tibarwa ebanko
tata soro mwana minto koranche dengera lingana keroka naro na abantu baro bakote chikura bosunga ruto kugunga abantu bayiri babiri batatu kwa yunga simbo bekire beso engana iga
engineers na admin abana bakoro gotoma injwa ibe katawati mitandi etere keroka nya simba ama bunani igobono todo mamonto ne goja anese aibe waje keroka
nigo yabere libolyo linene nalikongu ase abonjoli abaigabe chiro ya keroka ase okwebwa no gotanyorwa anene mono ase amagenderero no koroserwa we chiro nilibolyo lyabere ase myoyo yabo asegeka egetambe ase babaganiriho umugavana we county ya Kisii gotiga korara nago bakorera amagenderero elyo kwenekia koroserwa bale echiro elyo kwenyorera Kingo reporteria egataseni wanjite kyane gikomike Getembe kurwa asebunge inyari bari masabe county eyega ya Kisii nchengurukwa Nyakundi Gabriel
Mwancho murire neri tukoregoro ekina kia abaremi bekemerigi chae abare inse iye factory ya kebirigo bono nigo kiagenderete ko nigo kianyarete gotegererwa lituko uri igoro nekiro bono abaremi abo banyarete ko murungania bona nigo obuteneneri ase factory yo banyarete ko ba ubube ase amatuka mange bono nekiro obaligetie komanya na kichibesa chikoba achigotumeka korengana no yore omwana siasa korase county ya Nyamira umanyikana tuna umoske Jeremiah migosi nigo bono atebire gwikanya rekonekia na abalimi abo banyare konyorera obwene bwabo eriko rigereria na kumanya buna ekemerio ikyo kyanyare koba ikingencho umono ase umurimi we county gose umurimi ore inse iyi factory yo ya akebirigo umurikito polkapokara gatwariganirio asinchira ikobwatia
ekine keiga gigetigwe bosio weke gambiro amo negati yabalemi abo bagenda ko bakwimburungarire kubwatikanamo ninchira bateneri beke gwandike kya kebirigo batakorete umusangarikano bo okero umwaka uyomanyakanite byabuna general annual meeting iyo kwererwa enchira enengo yagendera ko bage gutumekwa abalemi abaigani go borokire ogotagoke kwabo kira chinga kigori boteneri beke gwandike gam
factory ne yaitu ene yaitu tusimegete teri abantu utakuboka mambie getuko tari etikende twaenda mugondo twatorecha twande tundu bali twebonio na botorarare nchara gatutebekene abatombaro nande no bara abande baroro baibere kibese kibategukarie nekero gukiriaje abana bawo byarete kurwenda yawo kwamana goteba buna barohiru kwaria abande baguriru kirori abande baire no bare bono bakuna gotokorera iga bagotokorera to cyandi gitokorera abare cyandi gitokorera kandi nabasikorera bariga gandere pope ndusia kada bikiane ndere igandere ndere
ikineke ga gyatenerwa mona Winfrida Okwanye nigo kenyara kabage kubatu kogo chikabunangane yegatetse kunyara kabage gokwanerwa ande onsi asimisangerekano ya matanga ngawekano nyena se chinyomba choboralya na boigo na social media asikirianga nigo chinsage jichonse chagendera ko bachiwokya omodoro yoigam
as at now it is out there, but when it persists or if you want to pursue it further, then my advice will be that you file a formal application. We'll also be interested to know what is going on out there and how it affects our proceedings.
Negento egatabale abaiga batanyara ko bakogokera asibalire iranga mbachikunyara ko bakogendera kubolya engere yabo unenchire yemo yo kwenekelwa obwasyoku
because this is the Republic of Kenya. When you steal from these old men and women, it's not fair. We are coming for you because this nation has to work for the people and the farmers of it.
Songo saba onde buensi olibato yana niye bite byaito kuno mongino lya Rusia kare alina maragerali amina
Jeremiah migosi uyobera somustari umuti okunyara kabaga kurwanira bali mikurasi nseme kiga kya kibirigo nigo agendere koba agagoteba bunamba kikunyara kabaga kurwanira bali migweka banyorire obwene bwabo egento egati abali myabaga boigo ba moiro koboko
ese igiye yentori gotiga mpaka torolenga twanyorire obwene bw'omulimi nende koji ndo tebunga ntone gukwana mangana isiko gari ebintu bite korbisaregete lasima tukwane igonga ntuntu likora monde bwenzi amangana ya na mangana tukukwana tali keskere kotini egento tukukwana na abantu bali baibire kibesi cyabaremi
ende kabere dinganeli ndo taitikolira because ndo taitikolibuatia to the last minute so that tubasuiye mba baisa goja koirolera the same mistake na kito taitikobuateria mangana aya ati whatever cost toro kia kena kio murimi ngangaki eke kia lengeiga na endo muntu nde bwensi ogochiko choruno mudara kitagochika birigo ti factory te bairorere linganeli
ekineke gange kunyara kaboigo gikunyara kabaga koreto nanda seke gambiro omwelio bomotyonyiyo iga ogatano na kabere iginko report ligetasine kya obwanchete kya Getembe kurasi nseme chiga cha ekigambiro kya Nyamira enchigo nkuru kwa polycap oka
na sensemo ya masomo ekirabono aborokiwa abagochigoswa ase chiskuru chia senior secondary nigo bono abaibuli banyare kubolwa kwenekya una batenenire nabana babo nabo igoko borokereria gose kubara ase mirimo eri barachi gochora ayiga nigo agukwano no yore omorokia ase eskuru ya bamura ya kebirigo igotoka imeyode ya Bonyamatuta ase county yo ya Nyamira ekirabono baibuli banyare kubolwa gwikabana babo ndi banyare gwechorera emirimo eyira chikobakonya ase amatuko alebosio una agotumanya fatigade Gisemba
Chinkaki chiskoro che secondary bagendrete kuyarigania osio pomoroberio omoya OCPA gose competence based education nigo korwase skuru ya secondary ya bamura ya kibirigo eyo yakinwa goika ase kerengo keria kya C1 gose a national school nigo barabwo baireri baga yogocha gosomia aborokiwa be grade kya 10 ase chipathwe chonsi isato engana batebire mbarita yare asukubarigania aborokiwa
prepared to receive the learners next year in grade 10. So as a school we are lucky because we'll be able to cover all the 3 pathways. And like now we have STEM, which comprises of 3 categories there. We have the pure sciences, then we have applied science, and also we have the technical part of it. So under the pure sciences we'll be having advanced mathematics, and then we have biology, chemistry, and also we have physics there. And then the applied part of it we have home science, and then we have computer studies, and then we have agriculture.
Amasomo yesabu egesongo na boigo egeswairi nigo kera omworokiwa arache kubetereriwa osomera korende English literature na boigo fasi nigo omworokiwa are no bosibore wokorora gose nkoye chorare gose yaya nonye nigo abaibori basemiwe kubasemia abana babo enchira barache gochora emiremo iyo bawicha gosomera.
And when you look at the combinations, the subject combinations that we have, because I'm told that from the pathways that you are going to select, like now if you choose STEM and you have taken pure sciences, you are going to take 2 subjects from there and maybe 1 complementary subject. But now that is what the parents, the scant information about the same. Now what I can encourage the parents is that they can talk to their boys and girls, their sons and daughters, and then from there they see where the best combination that they can be able to take.
Chinkaki echecho nigo abaibori boigo basemiwe tibabaisa kubabetereria abana babo igoro ya masomo aria parache ochora.
We advise them to take them, but again we don't force them. That what I know is, me as a parent chenye nataka kufanya ni na hii, which is likely to affect them again in future. So it's good that you agree, you try to advise and give the boys and girls the direction on what they're supposed to take, but don't force them.
Kingo reporter Getembe korwase skuru eyiga ya secondary ya bamura ya kibirigo egotoka me ward ya Banyamatuta West Mugirange County ya Nyamira Njefatigad Gisemba
Mwanche muligire asorobotiro nigo kugenda umutimo moke elio twirane kugendera gusanga ayari ase chigazeti chiri tukoria rero kiro turachikoba nere emienda samwe kirango kuboria wikaranso iki ona boigo ogendere gotonyora ase chinsemo cha Facebook na Getembe TV na boigo chinsemo cha YouTube lika riuko gochaiga ase studio umanye chinsemo chiri otubwata kuri mambi yabono elietari yawo na boigo mparavyo oligeti gusanga na barabu ase umurubiri iga Etwani ya Getembe kirango kuboria gendera gutigara gusigenda utwara oborigire bore obuya.
Eduka yobomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide iri kubatoka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure company nambe yemo eyo korose chirangi mense yiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu biriya bikomenya seka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boigo chire chechi brand ao echo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabono mbabwata chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ya nyumba chire chikomenteranibwa amavuta yani oil na boigo chiriya chia mache inyoranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire cheri guririke iriya gatigati bwe karigori iri abantu batinu Moigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo wate emixer iyo wochoganya chirangi wikabunuraganie wochoganiri erangiyiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na wokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora bwikirano tutarire rero eliwe nyorere abamanyi aboigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chireche biasara njibwa tokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego tokase enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangane duka ya Safaricom Mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angane bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simbwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani. Gusie bono na bukwegokia asogo sonja etibi ya uwanje tia Getembe Television Network wetera Zuku Satellite Channel number 038 egoki nimirulu au ya Getembe Television Network ayene amatiao kuli mienzi ya Kenya, ili ya Tanzania, Uganda, Malawi, wikanonya Zambia egulire edekoda ya Zuku chinga kichiga chimereka je Christmas amonogo chingira kumwako muya iliwego kinimirulu yetu au inyoranga nigo okonyora a channel ya Getembe wetera ase Zuku Satellite Channel number 038 Getembe Television Network ekeonga kia momogusi. Subscribe ase channel ya Getembe TV rero iliwi manyibuna mangana watika kira chingake ase channel ya YouTube ya Getembe TV nigo toko kora live streaming ya mangana maya chi video ne bipindi bya Getembe au ngakiende yonse inyoranga ngwetera ase official channel ya Getembe TV. Subscribe, comment ase chi video cheto boigo share na basani amune amate ejo baigokie bemanye na wesemia tubase kweba turn on a notification bell yani ekengere ejo onyariko bagoko yanyora chingaki abikiri ase omtandao Getembe Television Network ekenakyo ekeonga kia mamogusie.
Boy Juakali Center neduka egokoneria ebitamba byokorosia echisovaset ebirugo byechisovaset bagomba bwate chikapet chisanduki cy'abana bagucira eskuru na boygo echo kubekera chianga nigo babwate emeito yebirengo ao kurwa eri abana bagucira eskuru amarangeti ebitamba byokwara na kurarira babwate chichiko chiviber cyokoroseria ebirugo na boygo chips cyokorosia chipillowcase echo ogorarira.
Gagi omwana yo boy tikanda ndango ichibesa ntabwate muko lakini naikire taracha seito nanyorere mwapo ichi wakali hai bono ichibesa kwenda mpulingi go pulingi emeito ya bana bakuchere sukuru emeito yo konyora bana chisare kwa razangu ra duniani kaki horoje paka nabwate paka ebintombire bakoro kwa chiferi veti chikorozi ebirogo biechigari hai kaki apa kusiba sipinga imore kaki imore hai inchu kaki mwenzi tabatari ninchu goja moye binto koruga mwapo ichi wakali hili omuganga temisi onkoroko kaki
mbabwate chitandarua chokorosia ebirugo biechigari na boigo ebirugo bya leather gusechi sofa set cha leather gwetania abo nigo kubanyora babwate chi velvet echo oranyare koroseria ebirugo byao gusekende gyonsi origeti korosia nebintu nebyo mbabwate cha ase ebirengo ao manyiga nonya ne chitandarua chokorosia cia chihema mbabwate kaibagutuka nigo bagutuka ange ne hotel ya Kisii Hotel katikati yo musikiti odaraja mbili na Uru Superstores barabari na Kisii Hotel gutaka kumanya bange na kugura kindi gyonsi bakire ase enamba 0720688220 Boijwa Kali Center inkyukanyete utaragura ebintu bya okurworo
Njempo ichwa karisto na bari kanile mwesto kole biashara sobwamo ingotoka opposite Kisii Hotel na bari kanile mwesto
Gaki genda mwapoi gaki nyasaye baba poli chwa kali gaki egotoka alinsa litara chambiri gaki ligere libudango kuanete omusyo mubihili gaki nandiri goli kwa salense alense ebintu nago lire gaki muichwa kali hili gaki hili ngogongonya musyo mubihili Polite bintu muni mamba.
Niko bakwigura amatukonsi kuri ndiri tukuri sabato tibari kwigura.
Ine kwabeire gukorera asenga kintambe guse niko kwarwalire na gusalia endibo enyinge. Aha bono tokwa omoyo inyagitali ya Walfit Health Centers nero lichibuliao nyuranga nonyorobu wenia bwa maruire amange abuna amaruire yesukali amaruire yenda amaruire yomogongo na yande amange.
We call your prostate eno buruire bwasumbuira abagaka sana bwe sukari, what you call the genesis of diabetes na kiburire bwe sukari bwo so mubero boime hypertension no buruire kramanyinga kogenda igure so mubero. Walfit itosomete chinchereza tochuko bya marwaire enchede ntangani itosomete ngenduga conventional medicine yani ubonyagitali obwa kawaida itosomete ngenduga nutritional medicine na marioga alyakurwese endagera yaito ya kawaida. Kwa mfano we have tupikonga amino acids, ntubwate fatty acids, ntubwate vitamins na kadhalika bigo tumeka esoko rwari amarwaire nchirende yagata tusomerete neka tugutumia international herbal medicine tugutumia mariogo akurwese mete twarwari amarwaire igao muchito bosongo monene ntubwate clinic yeito ase nyumba ya Uhuru Plaza noerega igamarikiti gaiso wako ninyama kwali na iguru wacho bakegoroba ya gatatu erumu 307A tubwate branch mu Eldoret ase nyumba ya Kogo Plaza first floor room 2.
Walfit Health Centers umusani obo asamarwaire minyoka.
Ekariye kiri eikendi agotekwa buna chikendi chinde uboita bogotegere radio nubwansu bukoigwa iwe buna naure mese malonga Rumba na mashabik numurubiryo okoretwa semule nere Polycarp ukara uchakira chinsa isaro nibire chamubaso wika chinsa ikomigoro kila lituko liye sabato ime ya 102.7 Getembe FM ekeneke onka kiama mugusie. Noganye kukolerwa live streaming ase chipejo cha social media cha Getembe nubwate misangirikano ya gisiasa amatanga chinyangi chibirthday misangirikano yechikanisa baby shower anniversaries gosi ekinyuru kinyumo inyangi usuko kwa kuyomino emijega au bunabono housewarming parties engagement parties igatie binde bige bono Getembe Television Network nero ego kwayiga asiriguririo gutugutera ninchwe omurikirwe ye masege munaba manyi baitabo bare no bamanyi baigoro igeti tibwate signal ere enkongo igwikira abantu bange asubunge asamange onye kuganiti omurikirwe nabukulika jumbenge wigwitira semeria WhatsApp gosigu ya Kisii migwitira namba 0741499726
Yokombulyo mwanone kiririjane
Asegeka k'emyaka 49 ebenki ya Kenya pamoja sako yabere n'omugusi negukinya omugusi ase eningo yae yabere gekurwa obukorere ase chinsemo buno bono savings loans obosemi bwo gutumika chibesam na diaspora savings ase bali chinse chimaiko ase wa Kenya pamoja sako yabere ogosira okonene ase abalemi ebyumbe chiskuru chikampani ao abarikire abaritayire basibali ensemo ya pension boyko abonchereria ibotani na Wakenya pamoja sako iyonyore obukoreri ubuya ase chinsemo buna obosemigoro y'obutumiki bw'ikibesa chilon buna development loans, school fees loans, emergency loans, ebyumbe business loans, salaried loans na boygochi advance loans boygonkora muri kibesa ase uri kuse mobile payments kabe oyomo wa Kenya pamoja sako iliyobwego kelie ayo onsi na yande amange amaya asamange batarechi abisichabo chire asumu chubusongo kahawa house raja moja asipara ya Kisii sotik siba kresi miasi namba 0746-668-190 kuse ototare website yetu www.kenyapamojasako.com.
Njama lieta ngoro kwa Isako Mwenga omosio wa Kenya pamoja sako. Sako ya Wakenya pamoja ni sake kushughulikira members baye na chigurupu chiria chigokora savings wonko wake rabia soko chola Wakenya pamoja sako kuna financial institution yao tobwate branch chito ikome na inya chire within Gusii wanaintu tora wanogo konyo mugusi soko gendereria ese ebiasara byabo ase sako na gosegwa ase sake ese walibatala join please njubwango mo join tukini esako yeto Gusii yeto esa magenda Wakenya pamoja you our concern.
Abasai Viki alikia makiaya Vono Link Up Show ni kuja kulitwe mbao kigima kira litukuli Jumatatu weke Ijumaa kuchakira chinse sano nebere chamo baso wika chinse kumigoro umrena nera Wizard Crown wakubwatrina na DJ Topsha on ones and twos Kongolele muziki makwa showbiz trending issues namanginande yikielekea makiaya Link Up Show Link Up na sisi kuruwa sasaba wika 10 gro Wizard Crown na DJ Topsha ime ya Getembe FM 102.7. Superstores nero eduka asorgo gurigarwa South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati Rolling Mills elukuya bwatuka uchase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achabwirigirie amabati enda usialia utagete showroom yaito nigo ere engale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokiriso yao chingaki ogoswasa yiga kurigiriria amabati yiga ntubwate etime Getembo abo bagokora imirimo ase showroom yiga babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho tebereria kende gensi uragania bagotebereria company ya mabati rolling mills niko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuare ye chikala ao na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges ao bunabono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asibigo babwate boomerang ayuare aye chigage emeronge tato asa mabati alia aye chigage emeronge bere na isaro na isato babwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana roman jinko na boigo web design babwate ligani kabwate chikala bunabone lia chaco gray brick red tile red maroon sky blue na boigo na obutambe gwe mabwate liga niko bokolengana amo nukuganya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi boigo ebyo ochikunyara kabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabwate liga ase nyumba yao tutari rero ase ou MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabati yu akomenya sigika ayo uchanye warrant na boigo ayo urakoberwa ikasure asubwango eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores igiye gutoka se enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imiyo mucyo gobusongo eyuerange neduka ya Safaricom boigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyuere ange nebengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Silvercare ni nyagitari yekerero asumu cyubusungu ensema ya mwembe mbarbare nigekomo SDA asepare kuro busungu guche Kilgoris nigekurwa obugwenia asenchira yekerero asugutumia chimashine chekerero abwasi bwatabanyagitari bubwate obumanyi bwigoromono mbabwate inpatient gusichi ward na boigo outpatient abasaba roire bakubwenigwa na koira na guchanka mbabwate maternity yekerero yubwate chimashine chekerero laboratory yekerero gose ase okorengwa kwibirengo bigoro ekerengo kyobo kinu nigo kirigoro asinya gitari ekobwanya gitari ndionsi asorgongoro iga boigombo bwate ensemo yokomana gose modern theater ensemo yokoringoria nobuwenya bwa maisa gose optical department abwase bwate boigo eduka yibirore ase ebigori byonsi etani abu mbwate boigo ensemo ya maino gose dental section yebwate chimashine ichekerero yobwate boigo pharmacy gose duka ya mariogo yebwate ama riogo onsipi aliuraganiriwe gwetania onsi liguririabo neliansepi ngwanchira bale umoroberio osha gose bale bwate umoroberio osha na boigo nkurike bale umoroberio osha utari gwakanira kende gyonsi asamange bakire simya se namba 0799747414 Silvercare Hospital afeyao nomogoko ito inchuo bono.
Etwani yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbale njara uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandegere uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandegere Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara kuzito somya bamuraba chikuya mandege kuzito somya bamuraba chikuya mandege.
Karibu sana naende mwancho murigire asense meiga ye chigazeti chiritko riarero na aiga semeza ni gonde na babere mienda sam na boigo Erika Buga abutura chosanga na barabo mwancho murigire wika o moerio. Good morning.
Morning.
Isire kwaira. Abaneti mwile otenga mbanya komocha.
Mbanya komocha.
Ukare muntu wakira ote mbanya komocha.
Mbanya komocha.
Anyway.
Ande bwakira ande bwisire kwaira.
Oko ne wetunga boire kero muntu bya. Ase mambe abono. I think omete kero buna tukurigense ya Kenya. Kero kende kero murayo mukora asiri bugima bwa entoro chibuno gusira kwa omoske Daniel Arap Moi, moske Mwai Kibaki. Wakonyoranga ase chigazeti. Kuse chinse chinyinge orgongoro Africa uko bagotoma rambi na boigo yani uko beka headlines ase chi country chinyinge. Lakini unabona tukwa na mienda. Kweretenga murai wense ya Nigeria omokoro manakane buna Muhammad Buhari anyari tugusiria ubugima obwaye korende umwancho murigere tukuranya roboti orubuna rwaliganete igwe no murikito sa miyende kero murai wense omokoro murai wense ya Nigeria omokoro omanyakane buna omoske Muhammad Buhari anyari tugusiria ubugima obwaye.
Umurai bwense omukuru bwense ya Nigeria Muhammadu Buhari igasiria obugima bwaye obutukubo kirero magiga yokurwara asigeke Getembe.
We've been developed into a culture in Nigeria. From the day we are sworn in as a government, anybody who abused trust will be called to account.
Buhari oyo oiborito mwaka o 1942 igarenge ikatia wabanyanyimbo asense ya Nigeria nyuma ataraba omurai bwense. Buhari asingakia yamo na rwanire toburai bwense umwaka o 2003 orende umurai Olusegun Obasanjo akamobwa ase chikura chinyinge. Koyeka umwaka o 2011 Buhari akarwanirira oburai bwense kurende akabugwa no yorengo murai bwenga KU Goodluck Jonathan. Bochori Buhari kubati umwaka o 2015 akamubwa Goodluck Jonathan oyore kuriya oburai bwense asentunda yaye yakabere. Asingakia yamo Buhari na ireteri bagabu na omurai bwense umwaka o 1985 igento kerete okobwatu kwae akabera asejela emyaka 3. Asomugano bw'abarai bense ya Nigeria Buhari negati abarai bae negati amonchori ya manene asese ya Nigeria anene mono asense ya uchumi. Wachori mwaka o 2023 Bola Tinubu kairari bagabu no murai wense urwa ase Buhari oyue konyora okure chintunda cha ibere choborai korengana nerichi koriense ya Nigeria. Reporter ya Getaseni ya Getembe TV Njensam Miyenda.
Miyenda. Abarai abakoro nkagiretenga ekero tukurigira abarai bali banyare gusiria amagema abo bali emyaka eri bakorokana na babera abakoro ake abango kwibucha story chabo it's either nanyarete ko bagakobekwa biara ose akaba exiled unoyega bono story about yoriga no nyina sense ya Kenya bado ikati abali bavete bakobekwa jera bono musikera ila Odinga kore miaka yabo ya chira ake dimetinga kero kende ase yabo igebike antu twarabarai amatukare busi gocha kugunga ambanya arete kubekwa echera soko Rwanda bwene bwa Kenya
abari bakurwanira bwana bwa Kenya bonoiga amasasi bakuria ya maguru nako ba abducted nako nabange babo kwerejela unabono mbaro abange babo utokoro nere babo okay Albert Ojwang wasn't fighting for that lakini nasiri tase mukoko y'abanyanyimbo but from the Genesis revolution but last year you can telling her they were looking for a certain mbawate mugete lakini bagakwa yonga babono igo bagukwetera se andaga namasasi bara kuyamaguru nakende kuchiabuga anyway umaite ingakiyakale igento kiyabete abarayi abange mbamenyete jela when independence yari kuri washinga ki wasas chinsa chinyinge you can tell from South Africa the iconic Mandela uyo nyarita ko bagago si for 27 years as island ya Robben tuwate babo Samora Machel babo Kenneth Kaunda. We had a series of leaders including our own babo Jomo Kenyatta, you remember? Yes. Kapenguria 6 babo Milton Obote babo Mwalimu Julius. So those guys again to kiarengo no bosibolo bwito bari kurwanira bono twanyoro bosiboro bwe ntunto ko chikobera maybe asem mistuni mebuna maumau osebuna bigoli binde igabyabo achengone ko babo Raila Odinga bamenyete jela ime intugo toko on streets maybe aseke golieke kwanyoranga andake zaita we face the brutality abasigari wetrase amasasi kose andake some abductions. What I'm talking about umuraibense Buhari kusirivo kumabwae Buhari garenge umuraibense ukurwa sense ya Nigeria na temeta sana kuba umurai wetera soko temana no ku overthrow government. I think it was the 1985 lakini tiyanyarikana na nyatuko bagago sibwa na kurangana buna record chiko teba Buhari no monto yo moega tia bali batanya tenga kiyo soma igarenge class 4 dropouts. Yes. Kera kora kurwa so aseami aka rise to ranks mpaka wekera ko muraibense. Actually na temete kubuli muraibense officially 2003 kulenda akabugwa no yorenge Olusegun Obasanjo uyo yorenge chief campaigner yo muga Raila so muraibwe AUC akamubwa sana nechikura chinyinge over 11 million Yes. Tugaicha Obasanjo akaira sentunda ya kabere alafu ntu abwate wo chorwa 2011 whereby we had Goodluck Jonathan bakurwanira na Buhari baada akamubwa lakini 2015 aliacha tukonyoro buraibense to appoint akabera paka 2023 asentunda ya akabere. So andake maite kero abarayimbare bago ko bare so iconic in a way that every person because every country needs to talk about narengoenga no okay no narenga kimandera kwete you could tell even our papers nechire ne bitaseni byo baralia could talk about Mandela who couldn't talk about Mandela was in fact Africa, the whole world, everybody recognizes. There are some people in the Europe who can talk and refer to Mandela just like Mandela because he was very iconic. But that's Buhari, not Buhari ni lietare kigusi Buhari nda tebenga anda kenelia much as he was involved in the struggle kego ya Nigeria, but at the end of the day tara aligere ligumono tara tuara uzitomono yako kara maybe uburaibu ayembu arenge silent in a way but all in all as gocha saba our brothers from Nigeria no ngora tokuru na into gocha se bali gosea se ukumosiria umurai obo bwense the immediate former president oye o succeeded o se urwe o ata Bola Tinubu yoromura yobono libaga liokora kolende when a president dies that is a state officer who has died, and maybe we as Africans also, we are
mourning.
We are mourning
Yes.
with the people of Nigeria.
Abuga. Umurai kirakena no egene tenga abarai mbare ba kirete use kirasi anda bakanyora chinguru.
Look at this little country in Africa. People came power to the military. Even the longest standing president of Africa, Museveni. So you know, it was in the military. Including even Rwanda. The president of Rwanda, Kagame, was in the military also. People believe like if I went in the military, you come after the retirement, go through the civilian route. Again, the Buhari came to power in 2015. I believe now having too much change. And so corruption and the data change was survive. The reason would be that why even in Nigeria, maybe three countries. The invasion sharing Nigeria, they were too high. Come to sharing more in Nigeria. Then they got to kind of missing for some time. Cash the was few people remember him when president. But the current age group between 20 to 30 years, I there was one in Nigeria. There was a person in Nigeria. But that didn't fade. What has guy like carrying the president? Maybe because that like those called the close friends.
That is the attention yes.
Yeah, actually through like echo. That he was the first president in Nigeria, one seat as the president. Before one time.
Yes, ase abrai tokuriyo mnabona since ya Kenya. Asa mutuka bwango iga. Kurigire ngo burai obwiga mbukwe ani we buno burai bwabere kuro mutuka mukuru.
Burai mbukwe kana. There's so many factors here that we change across the world. You see the world becoming like a small village, a small community. So we do not change. Most African countries are chances of what is happening in Western countries. That even people are using the terms to serve as a president. It's a president in Africa and also for one term. Both countries are the president are serving for more than 3 terms. There were no constitutions. And you see now, it's countries in Africa, they are trying to amend their constitutions. In Kenya, in 2010, the one in the president, you serve 2 terms and you quit. The leadership was changed. So it's like, Kenya no change. The more than one is changing. So right now, what's important to go change.
I think I could add something. You know, the way Cameroon, Paul Biya, who is actually seeking for another term as Obaigwa. I think it's over 35 years, if I'm not wrong. Paul Biya of Cameroon, Obaigwa Obaigwa for the longest time. Now, where you can put them in a WhatsApp group, no? Our brother from Museveni, Oyunaro, by the way, Okorigio Obaigwa, I sent to Ndaye. Now, I correct campaign no Muruyo. No, in Kenya we interpret a crowd gave watch as votes. If today you could look at the issue of Uganda, a crowd carrying Museveni no Muruyo, you could tell maybe he might lose. Like in Uganda, and he has been there for the longest. So I was just putting some meat as a boga. Paul Biya is also among the longest serving presidents. I think it's 42 years. Yes, in power. Like in Matildah, you see African countries inchiro bado chitaraikera the modern world. Unabono Kenya, the longest serving was President Moi for 24 years. Kuruabwe Kibaki used to serve for 10 years. Under the 2010 constitution, we have Uhuru Kenyatta 10 years. The best you can do, it's only going for 2 terms. Kuruabwe koraki kwarwa. Maitekare. Look at the country like now. We can't talk about DRC. I think elections, if they have done is when President Tshisekedi achita say Obaigwa. Lakini when you talk about from Joseph Kasavumbu, oiche to Seseseko Mobutu, oje tu loro kabila oyo ta everything Kintambe and then ocho mumroe you can talk about the coups kale nabo chiarenge look at our brothers from Uganda from Milton Obote akarua Idi Amin agachobote nande na iranete Museveni akamwaka isiko. I think in Tanzania is have we ever had a coup in Tanzania?
Tinda hivo.
Tinda kageranga Tanzania ntu atware coup, but other countries it
Yeah,
was all about
common,
coups. Lakini we are in a modern world whereby I think
Dera machiko narora asichinse chinyinge ko guide abantu urabona Kenya amangana yeku nonya abantu bagotema ngano yabasabe bagotema nga kuikabare nonya State House nabeko bakongo sana.
Yeah, no, there was an attempted one.
Yes.
That's an attempt, but it was never successful. And other countries, unaona maite enzebuna Zimbabwe. You can talk about Kerom Mugabe Arengo. It was a coup actually, because it wasn't through elections. Like in the African countries, just like Abuga said, they have copied the Western countries. Ngabona ntubuata machika govern our countries, and of which is good. But we want to see abantu ba Cameroon taringa mbaraboka na bora nyorenga they are enjoying the leadership of Paul Biya. Oyunando kuliye tam yende. Ironga togenda tokobasabira na barabwe murayobo. Tuaro health thing here. Oranga nakro tama onjereria mange that immunize him to be still the president.
Yes, Abuga. Kirukendo mochezo o golf. Metiago sorry ya golf was saying ojoro.
Know nothing about golf. Other than all different channels they bring kids. Because they find out about golf.
Na kwa genda wachiko bachia.
And they know about the 18 or what they call it, the 18 goals, TV. And nothing about it. They know soccer.
Yes.
Tennis.
Mienda. I say how much is golf?
I'm one of the guys also who is limited to football. Golf na gochiora na igura bwa teba some vocabularies in golf. But me I know nothing unless you mupiro lioro na ngento kaliba ko tomera iga. Na bo the last time na roche golf I saw our good director Sharon who had to ngento kalikyo. That's when the last time na I mangana golf, but I have no idea about golf. Ask me about football. Erona bongo gotebi na 100 meters running anji tokuligere because it is sprint once babo bolts and babo omanyala. I can tell you about athletics, but specifically 100 meters.
100 meters.
From there I know nothing about
that is no marathon.
No marathon.
Umancho muligire ekero o director ito agendete gutwariganira robot yorura Daniel Ontiri nigo tukurigire ase amangana yechigosore kerondo chenga bono ekeminano kya golf nigo kya nyarate gukorekana guseba libonsi bako chesa keminane kya golf banyarate kwenyorera ebyegwa namono abakurase county ya Kisii ya Nyamira ya Kericho na bwego nechinde echinyinge ase omoyega onyarate gukorekana ase chinsemo cha Kisii Sports Club ase omochie obosongo omoyego yonyarate gukorekana sobutuko kirego nigo obono onyarate ko koba omoyega bwebyegwa ebinene nabo igo bali bonse banyarete kwebwera nigo bono banyarete kwena na esegeto erinde abantu banyare konyora ubumanyi igoro ya omucheso oyo iga o golf.
Mucheso o golf negati chigosoli chiria chabere chigukinia bagosolia bayase byegwa euchumi naso kugendereria necho nigo chiregati chisababu echo chirete Rogers Muturi oyoro mo CEO o Gadmat Supermarket gotenenera gosego sponsor tournament yegosoliga ya golf asensemo ya sports club eyo yegete omwelio litukuligoro nabo wi nigo baigwa ebyegwa ao kuruase oboteneri obwo obotuko bugokira lero omwega okoreka sensemeyo imeyo mocho bosongo okwana chenga kecho Muturi niga kwanere kerenga kiaye kenene otebe byegwa ngwakana bire buya nonye nasi chinse cheisiko
twakora igwesa buli tutagete kunacha talents chia abana baita bake ase chinse chinde chiri cheisiko una America talent ni industry nene sana ekoleta chibese chinyinge na intubone tutaite kuirikale chia bana baita bantabake bachake kunacha tia talent ndobwategetie kia sana gaiga kia Kisii Sports Club kebwende gutumika na bana baita bake kunacha talents
omenta bona oiga no mochakana tu bogosira chigosorie chi nana chikoene kebuna waliganirie imejiga ingabuniga kiro mwaka
chakira boniga as part of our social responsibility lazima tuchake kunacha usituachakire kunacha talents nabono tuachake kegaiga every year lazima to sponsor tournament ya igaiga Kisii nande na tuabere requested no MCA oitokuru Kericho township otote birina naro togende tobe partners asogo sponsor ti tournament
anda kenen ibintu tuabere tunya gukora kuri maiga go support the community wakishana ngo atwena ndo kwa koboko bakujese customer chaito anda go sichire so mochiona Nairobi mochibo songoga siko ba customer chaito asobwam
asomo igoyo ababui nigoboigo bakwanira bobisi bobobui bwabo.
Gadmat has been my client over and above being here today, so I thank him today and look forward to more sponsorship and partnership in future. I'm really thankful and I appreciate all of you being here. Thank you.
Magaga ya yemutuli nigaegwa certificate yokora tournament ye obuya bogokerwa na bubwatani au na balira gocha kogendera kubwaterana na Gadmat supermarket asobonjole oyobeire asomo stali obosio asamatuka abangoiga gokinie biegwa nkurubuterega taseni kya Getembe litrane nguruko Daniel Untiri
ayo negosori ya golf ayo timitika bienda ebintu biri vingi buna nebichiko I think tuwe tuikaranse tusome lesson ikiagira na bogo chokonyora kwa biro muibuli usigwa tware young brother or sister ogotie saving biga and tonyara ko understand metenere bi at least ne banga turi muya mona se mchezo bunega kwa toru bumanyi buli boigoro yorake
unless you're totevenga it's a wake up call that we need also to look at other sports ntoba so limited ko mangana Manchester United mangana Arsenal mangana Chelsea we need also to focus on other sports ichiandake in future anyorenga noena abana baito osintu abanyene toikire emyaka gete igonyanga togwaka kwa sababu abantu muri narorera abanene bari bemyaka menene babo Donald Trump the former president
of golf sana
the former president Kibaki used to play golf, so I want to believe abantu baka golf a big number a big number maybe could it be nabantu bemyaka bali batamenyoke. Then if that time comes I'll be very proud.
Na sawa ke bali babwate interest
na bali babwate interest
yes
lakini the biggest share ye mangana ya machezo ya migose ye machezo you could really tell when we talk about the whole world mangana anda kuchao but all in all rende tuma I think buga na chana era adapt anje golf
Buga, do you know that ngana bozo konyora yo asano ko chese 20 bigote bunga gore into kirikaro kenge gechiko turkomani correct
when tatango kino kama ni golf course Kenya Mutaiga golf course kama ndio kwa jina Nairobi kwa ngangeti Kenya Mutaiga ndo the golf course kwa anything done that you admire. And then the former president, Kibaki, and the golf son. So we could you have to wait for golf tournament at the president Yajuo at Chiwakomo. But something I'm learning from the story Kisii Sports Club after the weekend is that the middle class people are doing golf. We started the idea. But I'm not a sports club. And I get in the Wakomo Pilo. back out the golf yao. They're doing something good, and maybe what we think about my club and the coaches golf. Maybe have an ambiro, so you can get one or go. But you need to cost them in bomb. One of them by 3,000 shillings. Make club to get them 25,000 to almost 200,000. Man, at least they off it. And that can go to me. So you need a full kitty. You need at least 100,000 for you to start. I can make them bomb. I'm going by 3,000. Just anything you thought. So what I'm saying is, go study.
Karibu na badminton.
By the and that,
very affordable.
I can really tell some of the factors. Maybe Chico get over and the better golf is the cost. That is why you will see those people at the caliber you can tell he can be able to do that. And maybe the cost can be something, a factor you can talk about. Nereko geranda kabantu baria bakke ba engage na mangana golf. Then I could have wished ntubwate eliyo montagu waka kumopiro eliyo mnyoka igona ntubwate kali akutara insei. So that's where some maybe the difference, but we'll know with time.
Numete ya badminton nireli.
Badminton ni might.
Erongo chesore.
Nate ametoko chesa. Lakini nganyoranga I'm not still fit. When I was in high school, by the only thing I could do it's football. Lakini konde primary.
Usino ko get addition. Erongo chesore ke goromono.
Oh, you are all it's automatic, especially when you are in high school. And then the other game nate ametoko chesa. When you are in primary, don't tell me you never tried walking race. Walking race was something of like here kind of automatic kwa sababu no matter at the end of the day utapata soda na mkate. So tima I say walking race ero abanta bange mbaya nigeje nero na atemete. But unfortunately I never went far.
Walking race uchanchageri.
That was almost automatic for you to play to tara walking race. Yes.
Abuga. Walking race ngwate mete.
I'm a two-time champion. 4x1. One of me high school. I got an injury and I got an overcarried with your mother and the chocolate. So when my mom came to school, I got a rugby was known for Chiburi. So now in high school, the school had changed the policy now. You want to be rugby, I could talk question top 10. So then I tried to convince my mom, pero no andaba na boca.
Pero como yo te la gune abanto.
The way we feel and running ever average. So that the image no answer which is now.
On the voice in about. Yes.
It's commended in the lead. Again, I'm saying I'm a two-time champion at 36 region in the region in high school.
200 meters yo.
Actually, my three of my teammates talk about 4x1 and 4x4. They in the army. So I take a walk from Nyake Kenya means I was scout so we process the canvas or Kenya. So after this is a good thing. Walking is here for the rest people. Do you have to walk? Why did you have to walk?
By the way, Abuka, I'm surprised. But it doesn't look athletic. We tend to believe in abantu balibwate mubere woten go slim. Like you wanna Abuka, I'm surprised by the thing. See now, actually my teammate has a really 4x1 and one towniga, your mom, and child towniga. So it's called the movie Royal Job. You may think the same way I got thing, but it was my bedmate. I got read the decade of lines. So you do something.
And the more communica.
I got to go and see no son. I remember we knelt it actually when I was in high school. The people kind of form one, the people were ahead of me. Form 2, Form 3, Form 4, one this team athletics. they are doing either in the Kenya police or in the Kenyan, or actually in the forces. But it's a good thing. But some I need to tell you something about the athletics here. I think we're going to change it in a matter of days.
Yeah, sure.
We also call something within 1 or 2 months we are gone. I saw people the other day, Keroyo na Minyoka, Mary Mura Minyoka. I think she came number 12. This is number 12. And there were so many questions even in the newspapers like what has happened with even social media and then I saw some comments in there that try to change the lifestyle. I think a mistake and you're done. I think
once quite in the mic.
It's done. The career athletics is it. All the muscles here and kill. It's done. So when the Minyoka.
Kipchoge asa mutuka wangu abuna aveire.
You see, you saw when I left the Kenyan team Rudisha. Karanga Minyoka. Kabi angete. Akasoka ngo. That was it.
The same thing in Uganda, very fast football. You know the one Cristiano Ronaldo. He's 40 years actually, but you could see nale bado nale strong in a way kwa sababu ngo Minyokale usenko bado ngo Minyokale asomupira. And then you cannot compare Wayne Rooney no mwake wa Manchester United who looks more than 60 years physically, like in their age mates esingi jama zoezi. So ase totebe ase okominyoka, it all depends on amazoezi ngakiyokora. Like in the Sabuga said I wasn't lazy in a bit. I could.
Walking race now. Anyway, ekero tukuranira chigazeti endo chia page ya katoto egazeti ya The Standard nigibwate amangana nande ye Matera gose drama ntubate music festival echichiregendera se school ime yense ya Kenya. Ikero obonondo chebwata amangana mange ya extra vaganza na boigo nebintu binde binke ekwatebanga students delivered arousing Christian set pieces of folk songs and traditional dances. The pieces offered a lyrical reflection on God's divine grace, love and moral teachings. I think nto atora samutu kama kia itirinto abwate echoes of yaretete omochando mane na boigo asamutu ka ayaboniga mamirani agenderete ndoche nigo aborokewa ebintu bakurigererega useba murekerete na mangana ya obo Kristo mono na boigo opo muhanya abantu buna bagotanga buna ya bonera ige gotabanga kuna dhambi ndogo ayo negati ya Materali ba amurekire asi egazeti ya The Standard yerituko riarero tifiti asamotera makoro miena ngwarenga se drama and music.
Abwaro, I could tell you I used to participate, but to specifically, now I poems. I used to do poems. There is a poem I did, Grave Digger. I used to do poems, you know, traditional songs. I couldn't do that because I take flexible kwenye kabisa. But for me, nabongo tenga. But maybe mbata kete class gete of which kusayo gotenga ngorofu na abantu barumba. Class yo korangere bata gete of which I couldn't reach. But I used to do poems. Yeah, I used to narrate poems, and I was a good narrator. I remember I have a certificate of good narration. Narration no mugano. I used to do that, and then I also used to.
No one knows that I want to need you.
Just to do narration and poems.
I see the story to what
I'm a good storyteller. I was a good narrator. Concerning what you said, you know, echoes of war. I might say ne interpretation ya rengarong. Although nero ya what issues, especially bringing the direct words. To that point, like if we could think softly, we could look at the children and maybe say they were exposing their talents, or they were passing a message.
They were creative enough.
They were creative enough and passing a message. When you talk about hakuna dhambi ndogo na kubwa, oisa konya rengere ruya na hana boko ya associate.
In the Kenyan context,
yeah, in the Kenyan context.
Yes.
You know, Matildah, there are many levels of thinking I want to say. Kiro muntu interpretation ya nero enchera nero monta go interpreting into kiae kero monta na ba insight about something, so it all depends na to isa ko teka rogo tero kubuye go se drama yibuya na boko ya associate ni kwa sababu gani? Matilda, these songs are there to pass a message. Number one, igego konya aba wanafunzi ba expose ba adventure. And another thing is to boost even their thinking, because they have to be creative. But the most important one ni kioo ya jamii. Lazima ekoreta amanganali to what? Kocha se jamii yanga kubage kwa kusema ebintu bigenda. So in one way, if you have an opportunity to take rogo teruku, at the end of the day you will link it somewhere, especially to our leadership.
Asa Buga aiga se music ega ndoche eskuru ya mo eraigo mwalimu o Kisii girls nigo abaigeretio gotera weke gusi gotero koko tabango mwisiko munyagieni. I think ekero bono bagotema gosekero egazeti gebegete buna bagotema korigereri omonyaruko yoga orakoba admired na abantu abange ba motagete bono ekereko na motivation gochase abasaya abange motukaye gatinga ayes ekero mwagatera matera ki arenge.
Was the first to participate? That was the first question you asked.
The only thing I call the school, but I didn't know Kominyoka. I think in a spoken word, which now gave me the idea of becoming a media personality. The issue of scouts. No, I can't even do it. I was in first aid team in the school.
Amatera ndo ko yategera boni.
But the idea, you see, I cannot call this festival. I can't school as certain competitions. Assuming a school was here, Konya wata katara gis. Max actually akawa mange because you have gone out of your way on a different language. So in most cases, you speaking on the national competitions. And at the national level, come qualify all the way from counties to regionals and the national level. Most schools go win the competition just materially from other tribes, not the where they come from. So in the school end, implement got there, the what's of your there. So you come back there, and you acquire SDA, investment. Get a word, Mitano Ming, get a word, Mundo to win. As long as you sing and praise God.
Okay.
Besi otera imaitengo chaka muri unsagana otetigarende asinga cross gotero ko musiko munyakeni ndoche go bagotanga abamura abasae banyome ase emyakeri bracket neraroro buno mugusia gatebiri myaka neraroro okuri ko munyanga oyiga gochakire myaka gete na wikire myaka gete obonete ko bawachakire family iyo nero interpretation iyo mwalimu oyo nyarete koigeria aborokiwa abo ogotero kukurende ase gazeti eiga muzzled by a state nigo ewo kwandira anainde omunyaroka abono yomo oyoro obo umwana bw'umugambi ko ekirego tebanga a public servant in Nanyuki korochinse mochire cha Nanyuki is living proof of the damage police brutality inflicts on society. Chief of Martin Kariuki Erienye, father to Julia Wangoi, the latest victim of deadly police violence while in custody, is now a broken man. Oyore omugambi kura ase chinse mochiga chana nyuki nigobona alebiriro maga yumanyaroko yumanyakarinta buna Julia Wangoi kosiria obugima bwae kare sigitasene kyabanyanyimbo ime ya ananyuki nga nere ore the latest victim kura ase bali bonzi banyarikonyora obobe boria osichinguru chintindi kura ase abanyanyimbo page ya kane na ya gatano nere bwate omugano yiga ase oboikirano na ndocho omuntu narego komo tebi ndocho mo subati ngina umwana oyo niga watabanga he cannot serve a government that killed his daughter. I told the deputy county commissioner to fire him if he is too afraid to act. 30,000 Kenyan shillings salary a month is not worth my grandchild's blood. Kwa uru omongena bono no magokoro obo mwana oyo ko munyaroko yo gotebanga ki nomro yo tapsa ko bo awetigie mirimo asengincho yo moshara abwitirwe 30 no mwana oyo nyalire goitwa na serikali eri akendete ko se oborendi boli bagotema gotingi bono bianyorire omwana oyo.
You see Matilda, that is bitterness. Sometimes obororo bagotebanga asira ni asara. Because kerore bita you tend kukuwa na maybe negatively about something. But then all in all, actually, shares a point. And we could get it from another angle, one another point, because Mano Yoe is part of the government of the day. And once you're almost you are working the civil service, you are considered as a public servant, you are part of the government. And Karonko getting at 30,000 in Kisii and Nyamira, just like we have said the other time, even if you are given billions and millions, there is no money. Eraisane ubugmabumonto is very precious. No very good. Even if you are given the whole world in place of ubugmabumonto, still ubugmabumonto is very precious. So ebi korobune biga. Can Kirkegani, nearly get public attention the way Albert Ojwang Kiang, but you have seen police brutality, Nanda Bantuago Sirera, or Omagoko Yabanyimbo. You see, Matilda, we are heading to a wrong direction. If the police abatose mretinga, Nova Kugato Monto, Nova Coreto, when actually Abasgal is part of Okoreta Justice, because Babu, you go to USL, from there you go, Aseke Gambero. How comes now the process of Konyora Oboenebu Monto and Yaveringa Montongo Siriaro Mobile. So every corona biga via police brutality, you find out that it will be correct Ogo Tegenwa, which is Abanyanyimbo. Bona Tuamanya Kawaranga Vantaba, and Akegobare, Ababisa, which has Mwanya Bantu. Bona Gumontanaro Rajkubatu. Can I survive in those police cells? You see, the agencies that needs to bring some sanity and implement the law and support the human rights are the same agencies which undermine the human rights. Be it Mosvati, Unasiri, Centra, maybe or whatever. But as long as Yasira the blame goes to those police. So, Abanyanyimbo needs to look away on how they handle these issues, especially Kerob Montana or Kanena Magoso, before Atrafesi Kegambero. Even it's somewhere you can be safe. No Montoro, Otaketegoitua, and the police are safe, because Babu Arine Loy went to Korengeri. Taringo Montaban, Tombata, maybe Andaka como Cherera, like in Nanda Saguchi, maybe a Saguchi, still Nando to Tukanbuan or Gananga Borati.
Na abuga crossing semo yao roche tukugira buna abone kiombegia prisons na boigo ya Kenya Police wakatwaro kungusananga anda keningi kire Thomas Bati oyuga wangoi Julia kusirio bugima bwae ono asensemo ya prisons mbache te woitabanga ama neni gasireti bugima bwae kale asigita sen kyabanyanyimbo ngoika aliriri roche amangana munaiga
I think there's a statement here National Police Service yesterday. I think I'm talking about what it do. I think 126. Na nyuki taona.
Bari kurobekana.
Kurobekana. Yes, the foreign day bakaruko. Bakashtakiwa na kusajili bintu bya bantu bandi. Bakakuchi cash bail kwa bakairu prison. So bakerusi Kenya Police kerusi tanga to give you the people. Bale bya bakairu prisons. Now prisons are saying wakwelete. Now the question is, again, to give us some the grandmother is telling the dad, I think because it's a card, you have got the gas later.
I have told him, you can't wear a badge with a pride when the badge is silent about your child's death.
Yes, that's a strong word. Next time, come on, touch a private company. Come on, when the concern from that private company, because you know, but then the death, yeah, it's unfortunate thing. Most of the answer that she's a young girl, and answer it. But the main thing is that wakala postmortem kwando, they confirm what could have happened. On your target to give out kubuato jana target to akaumia, maybe kataro internal injuries akaenda kati. But no 1.6 people are under bangisa. We never know what happened in between kubuato kwae. Korale seri, koirukot, mpaka kachawikina.
Na nyokurubikana wukora nyora na abate injuries ba kumenyoka.
You know that's not the danger you go. Wakora violent protester. You never know which kuumia.
Bedento kwa nitege to kataba na moko bete mwenyingi lakini moike kira bono mwata biro na cash bail. Chipesa chiri chabo go 50,000 echo. Mwe boli go chirezi chinga kecho.
Kuzina that has happened. The only thing kama nyabandara kama Kenya raga ni ringa there must be justice. So as ya kwete policy. But you know, even though there was a last week that the family Albert Etwani, they received some money, some cash from those in the government, not from government, but those in the government. Now I can again it's in court. Maybe at one point, and the budget was civil. It depends on how they argue in court. As long as we're starting the matter, these are government officials, but what they were others members. At one point, maybe government in nature compensate this family. Reason now, the right procedure under the police in any custody, there could be compensation at one given time. But you see now, at this age, they can again for the next 3 to 4 years. Even the family and the family and the basir. Those who could be beneficiaries they couldn't. That's why I sort of castigating but why I'm going to see which is but what was the because there's no that form of procedure or you see the police now compensate immediately. There's nothing like can engage you. Same way, but the chief will take court. So I ask myself like I can most careers that odd thing as a Kenya police officer also no more meaning query as a client those batches in say no one one or two have died. So I'm batches so many query. You tell your family about the amount and the police force and now it's because of one of the same case it chief for yarina.
Ikogen to kero no moto. Asa motukari yoko yebirero kako rango bere buyake na ndaira ni mirimo.
You see the government did not kill.
That is serikali yoita.
The individual, maybe if it is true that it was a murder in that case, that individual holding the cake, who is supposed now to go through the normal process, the disciplinary, have a punch as an individual, not as a government. You cannot punch a government. But if there was a mistake in Montenegro, then when the convention comes, it's the government to pay because that's a civil servant, and an officer who is retired, committed an atrocity.
Epeji yaketano narimo ekukwanira omo Deputy Inspector General Eliud Lagat ekirego tabango court clears away for DIG Lagat's return to office as case proceeds. Bono nigo akoirana emirimo korengana nekigambiro nekero ekina ekyo kyaye kyogoito kwa Albert John Kirachi kugendera. Bono yinigora sepeji yaketano narimo ase gazeti ya The Standard na boigo ase page ya gatano na kabire nige egukwanira enka mukoro ase county ya Wajir naro ekera kuroka na buna umwanchobo kore mirimo ase Huduma Center ime yagajia Wajir bono anyarte kubura kose ao cherere wekira boni genka yoto manyeti ase agotoka nga family of missing Wajir official files a petition against Inspector General nande bono ibirero ni gobirego chase oyore omonene bwabanyanyimbo manyekanete buna Douglas Kanja ekira gotonga Huduma Center manager Hussein Abdiraham Mohammed disappeared on July 8. Korochi tariki isano nese tumotinyo ikawatano nakabere nigaboletera nese tariki 15. Yes. Igokora matuko ewiki yamo atara oroka ande nigakora ase ekitasene kya Huduma ase county eyo ya Wajir. Timetinga mangana yaiga yokobora kwa abancho kurase chinga Ngoika lirire kyagabona mama chonsi nikakubiko uchaso mu Inspector General.
You see Matilda, the Inspector General igange a principal of a certain school. Abara nyolenga umwana na ro sinikiri kira sachire but who is answerable? Actually is the principal of that school. Abera benga you are not involved directly but you are answerable kwa sababu school ene yaonga kiariko bora. It's the work yomo principal nere aichenga kiya who was the teacher on duty at that moment, who is the boarding master, who is one abuno channel she watch. Umo Kenya kugenda kuboria the IG amaswali iguru yogo chererwa ko mu ngwano is the easiest way nere ache kurabunga the communication channels go the channels of the process nka mpaka baikere the person okoretegenteke nimo na benge the same case when we have seen Lagat was cleared Lagat na bera abandake time tabete involved directly. That's why maybe the court can find no evidence for maybe suing him, but owo chererwa kwa bere gentogete rero monto na bakubarano na matukabere barande ko tarero musani maybe without notice
and then go to some church awajia ekro lande omo MCA na gonto abata chief na barabu
lakini rende ono Matilda you see nchege ntongerongo believe the IG rero gasam yenda mbare ku Rubosongo aiga and then you ask the IG where is Sam yenda, you see that is a process kaachali it will take days, but what if we as Kenyans we take responsibility as Kenyans, we try to be abantu tubata our own security kelingora tabanga karere ndayo monyene before monta ataragocherwa so tarabura karere ndayo monyene weterase no nabasani gutara nabu na kiro muntu wa associate nako na barabu igara ngobore ndibo chake na at first kwa sababu you never know that guy associate much as we have no evidence choko tabanga ndake igawa chereretwe under which circumstances where was he, where is he tokumanyanga naka vacation kaya kabwata sekete, you know, questions can come and you never know now that we don't have the clear evidence nga na wachereri ose tokagunga na bwa akabego galigete akakorgo chiabu someone can be somewhere enjoying his life and
abuga kero kende eno ose na basaja nkuchimbore mara tora chitaro ndakora agenda kena no manya gochukoira na senka
but I think we can go to and discuss the issue of kidnappings in this country and abductions. But we get to a point that someone can go and get on the Wamuata, very good water, Wamu peak, at the Molid Pinya. No, this is ongoing issues in the issue in the country, and the darling game is for interior material about wash. The business of wash, it's not a business, but it's a digital wash, teaming, to convoke and have a kemek.
Yes.
Mwakole chidi no mo wetano. Mondoma wacha ipotanya serikali ya kwenda keke. Ya mwite. But then again I've been thinking to myself like, is the judiciary prepared to handle such cases like Kemonda Bolide? What that capacity you konyala prove enough. Kemondo gaye. That never secretary na karufigente tenini to a point that the people have done this crime, but they are because I've seen the way the issue you could have handled. This IT expert from Kiambu, the way the case was handled to a point that the character was
yes.
But you remember what Chazamita was doing in court, called the IG that we will not proceed with this case.
Morete have moyo useto
to appoint your right. You are the DCI and the police IG. So kora kwa bandere kidnapping yekebere common. People have been missing. Abandona bangu babolet. That look what was happening in Kisii region one day. Moko kama mwenye montagne ndira segete. You know. And like now the regions come on toko ko so montonde. They just get all of you. Maybe will punish.
Kwa mwenye kuirani ukole bia.
But now it's different in maybe some parts of this country, like in this region. Cause no mondo giam batanda you then they kill you. It's different actually from what's happening in other parts of the country. But it's a wrong president you have set in the country. But the no mondo because mondo about trust in the judiciary, the system of the judiciary, that he believes that take him yake mengi, when you are going to kwa but and again we have issues jamani in this region. Monta kwa level mota exist. Or you go lete kwenda take a step Italy up that informally in court. Mondo what either you return the money or say you be killed. Because of the game manda chini ngechile usiwana na jamani.
Yes.
And maybe Matilda abantu take advantage yo wachererwa by vacation. in the spirit of abductions, where it's vacation in Keigo, woman was okay later. Look at Abura said about Chacha Mwita.
Yes.
If you could see how serious that case was, and then later you come to find out that you want to see now. You get to can get the ego among your watch in question. Is it real?
Ebintu birararo se n'abantu bapimete serikali ntobwate bono ekirondo che abaiga etimu yeiga yasoira se kiombe ekiobochori n'echimbe kya IEBC bono kere yariganeti uchake mirimo kigima batabangani IEBC once against a reckless rhetoric as a political tempers of flair ni gobono bareneriberera ari tindi ekero bagochaka emirimo na ekero bakorawa na oyoro munyakero gobono omanyekanete buna edong etakon na korwa asense moyende kusekorwa Western Kenya ime county ya Kakamega mukonyo wa governor omanyekanete buna moske Ayub Wanchumuligire omoske Ayub Savula niga mumochiri omoske Raila Odinga kagote babuna omoske Raila Odinga niga korakana si joto si baridi ako aregatigati nga agote bunga Savula yagote ba Savula fault Raila over mixed signals on Ruto support and loyalty niga korakana nga niga le serikali na ndechinse chindora sokyo motu osora sokyo kogorokomo okwande bintu gete bire bikoleta controversy.
Almost Raila Odinga is one, in fact, is the longest serving opposition leader we have had in our country. Like in one guy is part of the government, but he is in opposition constitutionally. But constitutionally we have opposition, and for sure he's part of the opposition. And NAS, was it not NAS actually? Azimio, Azimio. Constitutionally, nerere opposition. The united opposition is just it's just a vehicle maybe they execute their political dreams. But I want to tell you that when we are talking about the constitutionally, Azimio is the opposition parties was a coalition in our country constitutionally. You Azimio wate ODM and it's even the majority. But we have some signings and then we have the broad-based. Broad-based, I don't want to believe very constitutional because constitutional every Azimio nakyo na coalition here opposition. And then you find out that Azimio was say the coalition, the broad-based government, be it whether it's how it is, I saw, was it yesterday or the other day, Muske Zahiri Janda, Facebook. I even had to go and confirm whether the news verified the account or the banga onyembaro baliba bare sekiama gedambo ODM wataisana getine njiro baraibore na ande mbabu atright maybe you to advise on those and such na bago soka isko and Safuna has been there. He has never adapted the issue of broad-based. So that's why sometimes Raila Odinga na atasoka tebenga serikali ni renjira gete but the foot soldiers abantu bali ba kole mirimo na bravo asabo abagwata ni bae na wanda ke ba koreta mixed signals. But the same Raila Odinga has given statements that sometimes you wonder whether he's part of the government or opposition. I remember he talked about the issue of budgets were compensated, and you see the Gen Z are the ones who have the problem with the government. And then I also saw Mangana NGCDF sometimes back. So he's kind of so it gives a mixed signals whether as a part of the government. Because Matilda, when you're part of the government, whether something is good or not, you can buy a script from them. You support. Perhaps abantu maribana renga onye kole nseme otota akora tebanga kawasayamo onye kolenga you are part of the government, be part of the government. Onye third part of the government, you shouldn't speak neither good or bad about the government. Be asayamonga ni government. That's why Kenyans over the expectations. If Raila Odinga is part of the government, whether something is good or not, but as long as it's part of the government, he should support fully. Lakini ngo ikaro raba koswa andake kiareta some mixed signals.
Kiareta iburukano. Na abuga ego tukanga akira wasere me serikali bono bwana tukubati omolindo bunami enda utava kirokende perception ya Kenya. Onyo wasere serikali kende yonsi njerende yonsi buna roche kati ya abarai bale me serikali buna bakogenda.
See, kwa serikali has different meanings to every individual. Na kwa serikali by support those in power. Na kwa serikali wetera ko appointed to government. Now, I support the serikali, they can see anything. But there's a difference. Pale serikali, but they actually might go one. Don't speak. And like, if you're a civil servant, talking about one, go to political statements in open places. But what you are saying, what they are saying, they're telling that they're in government. They are supporting the government of the day. They're not in the government. But now, somebody like also is a maturity is in government, is holding a position as a serikali through the fact that naturally tomo jumbo kosoto mogrango kana parliament akayo as an party so they can support the government, but the members of parliament, assuming no more naturally through the party or support the serikali, is in government, it's only supporting the government of the day. Basically, it can change even tomorrow. But there are those in government virtually.
Yes.
Powers that contradict what the government does. The government. So it depends on individual who cooperate. Así que tabona iga kile za kebeki no tabona iga 1 billion over kali kizira about capital and about once go say have people say nesa kali tikato again
it's in ejeito more than 2.5 million Kenyans remain food insecure ekinekiombe ekia Kenya Red Cross Society ekiregotebanga conditions have worsened in many areas due to climate shocks, economic slowdown and a reduction in donor support. Abuga and inquiranira so aba Kenya agwitania 2.5 million ebare ase enchara tali enchara iri kokwaneka enchara enyene iri baganetio bokonyi
enchara nero tuna mbona enchara tole
neringa kero kurigire enchara yago neringa ke yago chinsa cheisire wekoko genda koragera umete ndagira nera
it's normal kemuntu agwatenja neringa kiwango kiao kiliokonyora onto le umuntu akanya moli kirengima nagote ngene nyinga bagera sama muntu namona tenya mikatinga tikandi nke wonga chendi ndi
chinsa chi
ayo tabanga bagera sama kumantenga kikasa 7 nande
ngwate nagrende nkole
lakini ya tagache maybe agachira abantu bani but it's unfortunate that at 2025 Kenya 2 point something million babwatenja unfortunate but then noko sabanga kolinga kromo ndamenye mubuya nyewe mubuya mbogoja from the silver plat last you have to work for it but when mbaraba babwa tindagere babwa means yo kunyo ndagere kazo what to the real food some parts of northeastern actually even Busi region ni yanzo kunyo ndagere bago discuss ngene gift bago on Christmas nenda bago ndaga truth cause
poverty charanera
utaka gwasele kenyo mabona iga the earnings kira zenyo mbachira bona ichi akeire mapato akeire kwanto amende nyo kwate family abantu ikomi bona by 15 right. The danger is that the parents we had twabata yuri baito bakaturagiri ento abira antaba ne twanze baragi anto so the chain ya bire entande maitaji abira agre igoro nelinga kilie kokonyoro wakoni yomi atone ke ya point yo kwenda kokonya tabana na tata kokonya yo no kokonya ko ntake tena njima yo kokonya yo ndeko kwa mite sana ngoro gali that's why people are calling for change of leadership in the country, not even change but leadership. Na wakati omuntu nabone obugambi amwe go change abo muntu mbi
na boygo sam creo que ngane yenchara kusoko iwe megano But once kwa very student, once kwa very comrade, no manyete ncharani.
Matilda, my tabu started well, Jaranero. Are you aware there are people who have money but still in Jarero? So it all depends how you interpret in Jareo and make a wango. By the way, Nero neighbor take a wango. Maite, umontonaro watebanga timbu atibesa, lakini mpesa ya 10,000. Usoranya umonto na rechi besa chingi. Ebota no 100, lakini hotanga tabu atibesa. Umontonaro wala tabu atibesa, account ya even 2 million. Yani igobono already nga upungufu ya koreki ya bei. The same wenchara. No yangu siga iga. I can tell you, no ani nchara nimbwate. It all depends nga tinda ragera usiki. Lakini abantu mbare they neither have means. Bare nchara and they neither have means. Chokonyora indagera. Our parents no bare nchara. You find out like the northeastern places, the semi-arid and the desert. I mean, from the northeastern, Asnaro in Bura, Itayo. But look at a place in Kisii. You find out that Imbranero and Akenelinga, Imbranero, Ichuire Mono, Abantu by Chuire, Pakamare Makeire, maybe Andaki. But there are places I think they never see Imbrapi. Arabera Sabuna Kitangala by the Agini Kitangarango Tuere. Let me tell you, Kitangala.
Sejo, awate bunga bali mutale kwa busefirasi mwatake busen kuba cyane.
Okoryo mbobe gete munambege tega. Ko kwira na kurwe tuki abere brown. Wa no matali ko ikomuntango mako realizing etuki ya tali yaba brown because the monto maybe emyaka ya jire. It's because of evumbi. But all in all na bere. Well, the Kenya Kwanza government, they think that among the manifestos, to implement, it is food security. And the issue of food security, I want to believe that those people affected are part of the food security issues. We say the plan that they had in place, Yoko ensure that we have a secure food, was a relief way to yenchara. I think, Matilda, is there a way the government can work? Produced, or is it part of irrigation they can do to ensure that these places can get food? But I think if we talk about food security, concentrate on the places.
It's not chichiri, chinchera chiri, abara ikora chinsemecho, bakutumika wakati campaign. Kusumura yonde bonse. Akogenda buna gari northeastern, obatevinga tuchaki eskimo, torosie.
It's a campaign.
Tobe kechindani, gaiga tobe kebintu gete. Even there being a batevu, by chi province una bararo, se uchi bohol, amangana, kusene bimeli piripi komeraro, pinyale usume kwa na roge mete. Lakini yamenya kutoka nkirabaso ila visi amangana priorities echi change.
Kwa sababu, if the government tells us singa ama obuojo bwa kei guli, and to manya koranga the main focus iko chia sabantu ba kurobolemi. What
about
those people who don't produce? Yes. What is the plan that is in place? That is the best food security you can ever tell Kenyans. Where things are not produced, food is never produced. Bring a plan work that how can you produce their own food through maybe irrigations. Tutige siasa ya pata potea ya diti za bunuasi anda ketola ta siasa ya magenderero. But in Kisii, we thank God. We have some of the leaders. I don't know whether it's a charity work, it's part of the government. People, yes. I don't want to believe in
I think Kisii nchareraro nilina ki na bokubuka tonyora kendo koli. But ekiroli tukoli kwera netokanga nerongoli. Netokanga nelitoke lire likoberi kunyama sabo. Abantu ngonyora bari at least akantu getumuntu akori. Ositogo tebanga no vera matukabiro muntu atararikende.
Kisii na boko machikoranga encharanero.
Encharanero lakini abantu ngonyora bari.
Lakini asinaro Kisii we can karango bosibu akini religori. Lakini rende umachikoranga we can get. Lakini asinaro batari ku produce bituma. Asinaro bado no enebe se ikonyore iyo borite. You wonder how they are surviving. So it's all about encharanero ye comrade. I want to confess.
Students are not
it is situational, you know.
Alkuboli nganki mochi mwali mugaso ngomuboli comrade nkyo comrade nkragiro oli mugaso ogwo gote unga unainama inapita ono mwebole komboli nga unainama lunch inapita sinivo comrade simama iteka ne
I used to live namenyete daraja mbili. I was running the university. So lunch was not an issue. Maite you.
Bebe kero comrade to bwen tukolengere lunch.
Tulikomolengere lunch. Ogoitera kwanda kuchiabuga uchakumira na marago lakini hii situation let me say ngenchara onye nenchara ne
ande abantu mbana lete comrade kirako banchara ekoba bubekero era tokinga kurmambio lemereiri ikimarago barigereria nyota bwati na 10 bobu yesu kumeri sakara by the way na mangana yaiga yobu comrade
na nyoro monto ke to kontebanga mumuruma abakamwakire simure university okomotebanga akitabwati na 10 bobu akamanya ko imagine na 10 bobu to bwati how kama tebe ni comrade that one is very possible by the way. So asa by the way Matildah mbia kwa rete topic kidogo abana mbali bago cha join school September perhaps it's good we orient them so but having how life
igari ebange njara iri
bange biyiga ego bangorora nka cyokwe roberi nyokoro monto tariko survive nenjara you perhaps bono kanyako skip some meals na in a way of orienting yourself. You watch our survive, but all in all, it's life.
Abuga, ahituteleti kwa rote amangana enchara ya comrades. Togo teba unainama inapita. Uwe kumalanchi ye tembeo.
Togo nete matumbo. Asa some pieces shangi kumi. Pieces hangi sano iga. Nesukuma working. It was studying at between 8 shillings and 10 shillings. So got tumire mi atana that time through poster pay. Ndiri ngwe dia lengo. Kwenye msatira bwata mono. It was poster pay. Kwa change the nearest poster. Kwa the message you to mail. Correct. Kwa university. 500 bob was enough money. Because I remember I engaged in the university. So poster pay ya nearest was really a guy.
Kenya mayaringa available. Rongai.
Kenya mayaringa available. By the time I played Kenya around 3 kilo. I almost I was 250. Kile ni dia sigeta imewa kile 250. Kama ndo kwa kile good pan. Then kwende student lazima kona yale ngi akese serikali ngo yange ndakime pia ikirika ikebona iga tembo chintanzi zote samna zote benga bago lenya manesu kumano go
SMS
by the way SMS ya
Kisii for my case nje ani yake
when I have 30 shillings in Megula
so you know about 30 me have 10 bob ndagere tenyu tra budget tap
I think nje bono I think skoro yetu yarenga Nairobi CBD hasta hiyo to arikoragira. It's either kubwate chivesa guswira naso menye tuchikora siendagera. Ogo chikote ma kwa so hotel wate na nya chips ye vya sivika viko pimuskaiga wate 200. Abwe comrade ngwa yangu kuna pesa ubwate 10 bobo yorengere tinga. Kwa hiyo nya kandasi ukubelia maratari.
I think people might have grown during the time of Abuga neka golikia igwere watu ile nyama. You know, comrade
watu nyama unless a friend okay that's a friend eri working ko kole miremo yes.
And you know Matildah in where I learned actually about 5 shillings. So for me, let me just break down my budget. I could buy a bukima makimabere on 10 shillings.
You go to bomo.
Yeah, but you can imagine you can to get 5 bob negeke. I can buy even up to 3. Eskuma igobona nechingini chiaba naboko at 15 shillings to tebanga nobo kuma kwagara noboke. That's why it means singa go ikore maybe makimata to gusana na abere. Alafu manyakonyora chingeni eskuma 10 shillings na maybe amatumbo 10 shillings. So at a budget of 30 shillings naboko ragera oyigote lakini yonya koregera Tonias we are sorry.
I think when you're
invest heavily.
Umete ekero konyora Nairobi CBD obwate 50 bob otakete kuragera abeko kongera sana. Tutebenga inero kero kende ndagero orachi ko kobera lit kurigima nabeko kongera lakini thanks to God thanks be to God as a vonsi bari babiri bagotoneria magena yes tutwara wakerwa magena Odonga ni pasule mbili kwa wakerwa magena yo kwa fikro naga chapati ande chapati yaro yarenge chipake
lakini Matildah for me that life is good. It orients
yes,
someone.
Yes, nani konyora guko igubobe. Esengenjo nabange muri timu enene tali aibweka.
I think they gave karako arura sa Bible they gave ko kongerali so that you learn and you know Bible what they go through for something to come on the table. And I think that is good, and it's a plan, it's a planned thing by God. Kaenda go chiari ora amenya ibweka ora ranga how tough it is. Kero kwara rire mate kero mino nabo bakorosie turungi gabo se rongoli and wacha kwa rire kwa mente sukari. You don't know the struggle these parents do to correct this career. Actually mecheme gerungo nero cha nero upate options. Lakini bona kero kwa chiri kwa menyiria ibweka, that is when you know the value. Especially kwa kinire gusi. So that life was good, at least to orient people kwa manyanga bona you are out of the parents kwa ndole ochikwa menya ibweka. How do you value every coin you get, everything that you have onye nendagera kwa leta kurugusini ili toke? How do you manage that wikero chonyole another meal? I remember I used to run a budget enjeragete bona omena omena can be long term, the cabbage can be long term, such that you got the chibesa you can spend the way you want, lakini nechi konyola ngatubwati there's something in place for you to veranchara abantu comrades ba confess bia they can tell you olire turungi nobo kima. It is very possible, very very possible, kwa sababu obogema bolia kokoro mwana ochire na masomo bya degree yae. It's not a joke. Another thing I think it's in rare cases, according to my own study na kolire mondo na bokuru say no very healthy ono lete bya goragere te bya, lakini kero wachire school maintaining the same status ono le tore bya, it is a problem. I think inje timetinya sauro lingo sa abuga the other day ngagoro mosi ngana liwo mosi bosonga ega 30 shillings ngate abuga ngogetenga ngumatebina naona liwo mosi omugima 30 bob kwagachaka konsekera kubuli nasiki nga mustufoni ndikora 30 bob umetena nalete okuna cherumo si nusu 50 bob ona nzikira nusu kwa ngone rio mbugima 30 bob. I feel like buka ngataka komotene ki nane na motelete mananga ki musi otorio manamo okoni 30 bob juo na rochenga ki ya ngonyora arasara kumbe into living out
30 bob no mesi egunia ya maybe nusu egunia nje reserve na wako bekira bakula jote hiyo vai 50 bob ko bekire nusu egunia le kada brand dukaiga 30 bob renta nyingi monde na tarete lisansi ya tarete mpaka kwa ikiro mostawni ga nanye tamache iminali de tropical jingam elia na sukaya tarete. So that bob maybe on the 15 or 20 yeah last 10 bob profit it's a good business for that. Wacha to iberia wacha ka wante vinga ngati otokoro kiebisero anyway ase engane yo moncho muri to kuragenda mutimo komokeri nde tokwira na tunyare kogenda mutimo ko wachita kaiberisa twega ili ne tokwira na tunyare gotabokia.
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda. Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda. Ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara. Ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara. Kuzito somya bamuraba chikuya mandegere. Kuzito somya bamuraba chikuya.
Omuguse igwa amagulini gakirwa moroka ase eduka ya Shah Ceramics igulire deformed bars TMT steel, ordinary nails, square tubes, round furniture tubes, black pipes, black sheets, round bars, wire mesh egatibinto winde evinge tubas namagulire nega ainsekigima asekire yuka ya Shah Ceramics tutarelero ikiwenyolere estoke ye itaraera nigo tukutuka
Stemo Nugabas ninyagitari ekukurwaria asechunchira chekero kurwa chinsi cha Michael nigo bakurwa obubwenya bwabene asekera omurwaire abo asekera bakurwaria with a lot of privacy okubwenigwa ayebweka asibitanda byabo bibwate obubwenya bwabene mbari gutomeka ntetere gutarko beto sindane yira kubekere chemical ndiyonse asomobere igwa nigo bakubwenya amarwire bunabono egetekyo mugongo nabo igo kwirania amawugabya abanyagitari babo nigo babwate obumanyi bwebirengo byechinse echa Michael ekero bakurwa obubwenye bwabo nigo bakora n'ubwanchani obunene n'amaguri yabo nigo ari ayanse monokigima bagutoka ase nyumba ya Umoja Complex third floor eyo yarenge Family Bank enkuru yere angene Cooperative Bank asamange bakera simyase namba 0741903162 0758066164
Inche asamarieta ngoroku Agnes Mora omunyagitari omonene Ostemo Nugabest nkoirali bageri mwensi ababusi kubarigania ase Stemo Nugabest aiga Stemo Nugabest etokubwenia ase gotumia chi machine chekerero igo bali mwensi mwachandikira asama rwaire ao twabariganiri tobae obobwenia bwekerero inchu mwensi tobokera obobweni bwaito aiga Stemo Nugabest biyamon
ajirire gocha Stemo Nugabest abo ase uranyore obukoreri bwigoromono Gotera chinko chinkureta elioki waitero ne chingake gutumeka chinko chinyinga asumuriro omusinine boyko byaitero ne chingake bono Alpha Rice Briquettes na lyuri chiburiao ase okoroisia endagera nabo ibogwata asibigori byonsi ni chiamate chonsi Alpha Rice na makara ao nigo arosirie ne teknolojia yekerero tabuatiriuki no nyenerika agutumeka kemono nende akoira egeka kujya umuriro ene kebemberi digo liriae neligiya amakara ega nigo agokiania kuna chukwemete yeito wose deforestation boigo obuyabono nobo ogokiania gokonyora kwendwali ya kansa Alpha Rice Briquettes nabo gutumeka ase chioteri chinyakitari chinka chiskuru naboigo nabo gusamba inyama tutarere asumu chubusungu nabogo twakere isimi ase namba 0111502030 Alpha Rice Briquettes naye twanchete
eduka yobomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide iri kubatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyure company nambe yemo eyo korose chirangi menseliga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoroisia ebintu biria bikomenya seka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boyiko chire chechi brand ao echo chire chingia kerage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao nabono mbabwata chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomenteranigwa amavuta yani oil na bwigo chiriye chia mache inyoranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire cheri guririke iriya gatigati bwekarigori lyabantabati bwigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo gwochoganya chirangi wikabunuraganie gwochoganire erangiriga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na bwokwege namuna ekale ya watagete nigo kwa yanyora bwikirano tutarire rero elibwe nyorere abamanyi na bwigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chebiasara nchibwa tokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego toka se enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eywerangene duka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyure angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simu gwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500. Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani. Gusie bono na bukwegokia asogo sonja etibi ya uwanje tia Getembe Television Network wetera Zuku Satellite Channel number 038 egoki nimirulu ao ya Getembe Television Network ayene amatiao kuri miyensi ya Kenya, ili ya Tanzania, Uganda, Malawi, wikanonya Zambia. Egulire edekoda ya Zuku chinga kichiga chimega je Christmas amonogo chingira ku mwako muya iliwego kinemirulu yitu ao inyoranga nigo okonyora a channel ya Getembe wetera ase Zuku Satellite Channel number 038 Getembe Television Network ekeonga kia mwamogusi. Subscribe ase channel ya Getembe TV rero iliwi manyibuna mangana watika kira chingake ase channel ya YouTube ya Getembe TV nigo toko kora live streaming ya mangana maya chi video ne bipindi bya Getembe ao ngakiende yonse inyoranga ngwetera ase official channel ya Getembe TV. Subscribe, comment ase chi video chito boigo share na basani amune amate ejo baigokie bemanye na wesemia tubase kweba turn on a notification bell yani ekengere ejo onyari kobagoko yanyora chingaki abikiri ase omtandao Getembe Television Network ekenakyo ekeonga kia mwamogusie.
Boy Juakali Center neduka egokoneria ebitamba byokorosia echisovaset ebirogo byechisovaset begomba bwate chikapet chisanduki chamanna baguchira eskuru na boigo echokubekera chianga nigo babwate emeito yebirengo ao kurwa elia manna baguchira eskuru amarangeti ebitamba byokwara na kurarira babwate chichiko chiviber chokoroseria ebirogo na boigo chips chokoros chipillows echo ogorarira.
Gagi omwana yo boy tikanda ngo ichibesa ntabwate muko lakini naikire taracha seito nanyorere mwapo ichi wakali hai bone chibesa kwenda mpulingi go pulingi emeito ya bana bakuchere sukuru emeito yo konyora bana chisare kwa razangu ra duniani kaki horoje paka nabwate paka ebinto mbire bakoro kwa chiferi veti chikorozi ebirogo diechikali hai kaki apa kusiba sipinga imore kaki imore hai inchu kaki mwenzi tabatari ninchu goja moye binto koruga mwapo ichi wakali hili omukaka temisi onkoroko kaki
mbabwate chitandarua chokorosia ebirugo byechigali nabo igo ebirugo bya leather gusechi sofa set cha leather gwetania abo nigo kubanyora babwate chi velvet echo oranyare koroseria ebirugo byao gusekende gyonsi origeti korosia nebintu nebyo mbabwate cha ase ebirengo ao manyiga nonyane chitandarua chokorosia chihema mbabwate kaiba gutuka nigo bagutuka ange ne hotel ya Kisii Hotel katikati yo musikiti odaraja mbili na Ouru Superstores barabari na Kisii Hotel gutaka kumanya bange na kugura kindi gyonsi bakire ase enamba 0720688220 Boy Juakali Center inkyukanyete utaragura ebintu bya okurworo
Njempo Juakali Store na bariga ni mwesto kole biashara sobwamo ingotoka opposite Kisii Hotel na bariga ni mwesa
gagi genda mwapoi gagi nyasaye baba boli Juakali gagi egotoka alinsa tara chambiri gagi ligere libudango kuanete omusyo mubihiri gagi nariri gori kwa sarense ebinto nago lire gagi Boy Juakali hili gagi hili ngokongkonya mushi mubi kuri tibintu munimamba
nigo bakwigora amatukonsi kuri nderi tukuri sabato tibari kwigora
ine kwabaire gukorera asenga kintambe guse niko kwarwalire na gusalia indibo enyinge buno tokwa omoyo inyagitali ya World Fit Health Centers nero lichibuliao nyuranga nonyorobu wenia bwa maruire amange abuna amaruire yesukali amaruire yenda amaruire yomogongo na yande amange.
We call your prostate eno borwere bwasungwira abagaka sana bwe sukari, what you call the genesis of diabetes. Ngaki borwere bwe sukari bwo somo bero woime hypertension no borwere kramanyinga kogende bure somo bero walfiti itosomete chinchereza tojokorwa ya marwaire enchede ntangani itosomete ngendo nga conventional medicine, yani ubonyagitari obwa kawaida itosomete ngendo nga nutritional medicine. Nutritional medicine na marioga aliakurwese endagera ya ito ya kawaida. Kwa mfano we have amino acids, ntubwate fatty acids, ntubwate vitamins na kadhalika. Bigo tumbeka esokorwa ya marwaire nchirende yagata tosomerete neka togutumia international herbal medicine, togutumia marioga akurwese mete twarwa ya marwaire. Igao muchito bosongo monene ntubwate clinic yeito ase nyumba ya Uhuru Plaza. Uhuru Plaza noerega igamarikiti marigiti guys wako ninyama kwali na iguru wachi bakegoroba ya gatatu erumu 307A. Ntubwate branch mu Eldoret ase nyumba ya Kogo Plaza first floor room 2.
World Fit Health Centers umusani obo asamarwaire minyoka.
Ekero yekire eikendi agotekwa habuna chi kendi chinde uboita bogotigire radio nubwansu bukoigwa iwe una naure mese malonga rumba na mashabik numurubiryo okoletwa semule nere polycap okara uchakira chinsa isaro libere chimubaso wika chinsa ikomigoro kila lituko liye sabato ime ya 102.7 Getembe FM ekeneke onka kama mugusie. Ne noganye gukorerwa live streaming ase chipejo cha social media cha Getembe nubate misangirikano ya gisiasha amatanga chinyangi chibirthday misangirikano yechikanisa baby shower anniversaries gose ekinyoro kinyomo inyangi gusuko kwa kuyomino emijega ao bunabono housewarming parties engagement parties egatie binde bige bono Getembe Television Network nero ego kwayega asiri golidio gotukutera ninchwe omurikirwe ye masege munaba manyibaita bobale nobo manyibigoro nigeti byetibwate signal ere enkongo iyigwikira abantu bange asubunge asamange onye kuganiti omurikirwe nabukulika jumbenge wigwitira semeria WhatsApp wosego yakisi migwitira namba 0741499726
Yokomboli umwanone kiririjane.
Asegeka k'emyaka 49 ebenki ya Kenya pamoja sako yabere n'umugusi negukinya umugusi ase eningo yae yabere gekurwa obukorere ase kinse mu buno savings loans obosemi bwo gutumika chibesam na diaspora savings ase bari kinse chimaiko ase wa Kenya pamoja sako yabere ogusira okonene ase abaremi ebyumbe chiskuru chikumpani ao abarikire abaritayire basibali ensemo ya pension boygo abonchereria ibotani na Wakenya pamoja sako yonyore obukureri ubuya ase kinse muna obosemigoro y'ubutumiki bw'ikibesa chilon muna development loans, school fees loans, emergency loans, ebyumbe business loans, salaried loans na boygochi advance loans boygo nkorantura muri kibesa ase uri kuse mobile payments kabe oyomo wa Kenya pamoja sako iliyobwego kerie ayo onsi na yande amange amaya asamange patarechi abisichabo chire asumu chubusungu kahawa house daraja moja asipara ya Kisii sotik sibakire simyasi namba 0746-668-190 kuse ototare website yetu www.kenyapamojasako.com.
Njama lieta ngoro kwa isa komwenga CEO wa Kenya pamoja sako. Sako ya Wakenya pamoja ni sake kushughulikira members baye na chigurupu chiria chigo para savings wonko wake rabia isoko chora Wakenya pamoja sako kune financial institution yao tobwate branch chito ikome na inya chire within gusi wana hintu tora wako konyo mugusi soko gendereria ese ebiasara byabo ase sako na gosegwa ase sake ese walibatara join please njubwango mo join tukini esako yeto na gusi yeto esa magenda Wakenya pamoja you our concern.
Abasayibiki alikia makiaya Vono Link Up Show nikuja kulidwe mbauki jima kira litukuli Jumatatu weke juma kuchakira chinse sana nebere chamo baso wika chinse kumigoro umrena nera Wizard Crown Vakubuatrina na DJ Topsha on ones and twos. Ejwa kongere muziki Vakwa showbiz trending issues Namangnande Yekielekea makiaya Link Up Show Link Up na sisi Kurwa sasa wika ikomigro Wizard Crown na DJ Topsha Imehe ya Getembe FM 102.7. Superstores Nero eduka asorgo gurigarua South Nyanza yanchiri amone company ya mabati Rolling Mills elukuya bwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achagwirigiria amabati anda umsialia utagete showroom yeto nigo ere engale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokie liso yao chingaki ogoswasa yiga kurigiriria amabati aiga ntobwate team ya Tembo abo bagokora imirimo ase showroom yiga babwata chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho tebereria kende gensi uragania bagotebereria company ya mabati Rolling Mills iko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuare ye chikala ao na boigo ayuiga bwata chi profile net gauges ao unabono babwata normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asibego babwata boomerang ayuare aye chigage emeronge tato asama mabati alia ye chigage emeronge bere na isaro na isato babwata tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana Roman Jinko na wigo web design babwate igani kabwate chikala buna bonelia chako gray, brick red, towel red, maroon, sky blue na wigo na green. Obutambe gwe mabwate iga niko bokolengana amo nukwenya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi boigo ebyo ochikunyara kabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabati yega ase nyumba yao tutari lero ase Ouru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabati yu akomenya segeka ayo uchanye warrant na boigo ayo urakoberwa ikasure asubwango edukanyega ya Ouru Superstores yego toka se enyumba ya Ouru Complex niyo muchuligo musongo iyo erangene duka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera sete namba chabo 0111161500 Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Etwani yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbale njara uzito somya bamurama chikuya mandege uzito somya bamurama chikuya mandege.
Karibu sana nende omwancho murire nekero otogocha gukora omuroberi wega gusinekero otogenderete nensemo yo mwario kigima nabo otogende kumurikira narali ale ase echigazeti nabo yo narali agenderete narali agotukunira obuna omwanya vanto mihenda Etwani abugire amoro barugitana meta abantu bado mpaka bono mapema abantu mbaraire.
It all depends your nature of work. Na baranyora muntu na rolling yegasi butuko na libona ko araire. Na baranyora na ronere o passionate ya sokora.
Lakini kero kurikire yase egekoro asomugusi. Abantu abange normally tora ko kero exclude abantu abaga ba ko mirimo totebe butuko abakanda night shift. Koro buno kinente koro kenyoro. Kwara kora abantu okuboka mambi abambali bakuboka kwanyara sakuna moja ikabasokire akuna mbili basokire ande ukwira na abaira na marogoba tibitinga rero abantu badongo boka bare lakini usana bana
lakini agotabinga yego depend on ngaki culture on ngakire depends ke bangete chishubuli cyao ikiri tuko ngakicire. Let me tell you omuntu naro rabo ke saa 3 aenda mugondo areme na ndasare wathi korokananga na arimo omuntu naro rabo ke saa 12 na eraso mugondo areme at the end of the day nkalinga ki toli muoro korara doesn't I don't think ngokorara to a point to a certain point paka saa 3 saa 2 ne translate to war but as long as kwabo kokore gento getekero chikaine maybe it is your culture na wona letego bona I remember there I used keronta tekana mugonda I wake up early 6 by 9 na kori ne sibiri na bere bia and I'm good igone culture na ro nere saa 3 chigwa kora nere naliako kare
naliako tirio bokombe
naro wanjite kuri mumara goba so it all depends nga kionality so na ande mbale bali twate abana baro bakora chigasi cyabo butuko kwanyora nk'umuntu arenge biashara bya yako kora butuko kono chinse chinalije naliako leteki naliaraye lakini it's even biblical ubworo kero korara chitoro iko chiko invite yo butaka it's very biblical but it all depends nga sanga onye to kwara rite saa 2 cyamara goba mpaka saa 3 saa 4 no bado gurire onye kuliya waleti mbiyole mbratratwa mbiyole
imagine sai esi mikiro kenengo gerere samwa extender waika no nyango chi saa 5 lakini unyore kero kwa rengi ukina omanyitinga saa 2 saa 3 gabuna mo gustana matangaza kwera wakaburire kwara umwe kora mpaka saa 3 cheke mami kora for 12 hours yeah.
12 hours you see there's a rule that tirenga 8 hours working 8 hours sleeping 8 hours is it resting or what recreational, I think that ratio 888. So culture go depend here na how you sleep, kwa sababu wana enjoy my normally nsomo saa 2 nkole saa 6 saa 8 gandale by 5 na bokire niche gasi kolega na that is it. So na montanaro, especially for ladies, they like sleeping even during daytime. I'm not accusing them, but you can tell you are a lady, you do sleep. It cannot be you, but they do sleep. Palibatayo maybe. Andake the soft life yo mwana manyaroka tima etinga ne because of nature. I don't know, mchana. Lakini abantu mbara bono okonyoranga bara mugaso, especially for men. Like onye tolibia abana bakolibia still nabokonya kwa comedy until yani likwere rupi naliorarare. Lakini it is biblical. Anchi chitoro, then you are inviting ngobotaka ocha asore.
Abuga. Umuntu nabante korara. Ahe kwanza.
Korara is for the.
Ane kesi.
Actually, endinga samata ngumuntu abanta size na nini. You sleep depending on your circumstances.
Yeah, sure.
Not the para America, para Kenya, South Africa, para America, they work even for 24 hours. You know, people are working for, like, running Babana Gitari, Kanamontari Kire, Sassakari, supposed to work for 8 hours a day. Lakini ngoli ya loka miya because my tajina manga kana loka miya. But kwa nese private facility kwa regasi oro. Kwa na from 6 to 8 hours. So zanga pia kwa regasi di patient va bolje bakke wa bir kwa raro. Allah something kwa rap completely. Sasa nyingara na leo zwa na sto. Je by day tereka saa sababu tuko kama njigo. You might find something you want, ikire sasa bako tuko tunajua. So tunala sana saa 10. Kwa nini tuanza kuvuga? Yaani kwa voki kwa nini wewe sivi urunyomba. Patendo kurara. So even the rich do not sleep. They are still looking for money. So ayo muntu mutakangi kurara.
But do you know that inga abali ebintu bitayo nande na wabu Mete kurara usina kurara mono.
Kurara like twice a week. Tanga wana na Saturday, Sunday.
Lero tiganga mwene.
Ndale. Lalo tukoma pema obuke a bit late. Otumoke.
Chitoro chirichie weekend ma naboko chiri cover.
Yeah, naboko recover.
Lakini wana
not the biggest Jones. Mundu kwa ndigali, make sure you sleep well. Mundu kwa ndi mwabantu wale na passengers. Make sure you start chiago, disena bana chikamba the long distance kwende buses tiri. Is a way but send the shift to Almonto Cola. As got in Anko Monto. Lakini ni itoka iga. Unika sasa comfort ya mesa kuni yugo. Yabo ale na mtu awazali na colleagues.
For sure, and like Abuga you have said, ayo saa 7 by the way, saa 8. Including one asomo jando churu rane weekend, Saturday, Sunday, you sit in the asomo robere diali. One I have to engage in something paka saa 8 jiri koreki. Chike. Yani aliaro, I have no option. Chiachiri. Lakini chizi kino struggle kitambo kitare chichi ayage weka 5. Already watabo kirenga obe. Kukornari like as there's a day my usno kuna legacy mono on it was on a Sunday. Actually ni aliko na ngongiche kokora magazeti. Oh, kumbe ne weekend. But people sleep on circumstances. Depending on the nature of your work. Korara tariko and it's good to sleep. So it depends on the nature of your work. Yes.
Ntubata mangana rejection. Iri okonyoranga kirokenda abantu bawo kwanga. So watema okonyoro kolegento konyoro uraye bweka. Metenchera nero okonyora nonyena si a family. Omwana naro kina kwa ranga ako feel ni kama afai kuwa hapo. Okunga Monto konyora arebuna kirokene nerevuye kuiboire enchire ngago uzo kagira ngabantu bande bomwangete so konyora nga family members enchira nerba ko address monto feel rejected and timiti use konyora situation I think kero monto at some point konyora sigete bako okoteba aigana kinenyo oranche bwe kaiga okonyora abantu bagotigana bagote ba kobogereire bagotigire you handle the situation of
I think Matilda, when you talk about rejection, quite there are many factors. Chiko garandake abantu ba rejected. Lakini naende naro when people differ with you, that is not rejection. I think at some point maybe you can look for an expert. But for me, if I can try to look at what you are talking about at a family setup, sometimes abantu mbale omwate rejection egocha ni chitabi chao, your character, your reputation bunole. Rejection umate na egocha in the first place. Good thing. Earlier this year, there's a time I asked parents over the radio kababolinga ki, why do you think you might be having children lakini umuntu na loyo monaro go favor mono ina ba opi lakini naro wanjete mono mwiboli anjete mono mwiboli omusacha no mwiboli omuswati anjete mono mama there's what we call mama's boy or daughter, then we have the daddy's daughter or boy, whatever can do neki. Why? And the arguments, if I can use it to argue bonoiga, the point was, and those were parents, and I want to believe in obunobu mind because na ba raya. Abako attracted as someone agete because andake chin buchia ekero kumulgereri igare igaro mororo ngotome kali mapema ni gare umuntu kera no ekero kumu approach. He tries to understand the family and knows how the family set up irase enkeywe kwarore.
Yes.
Bono na kiya koranga no ekero umuntu atagete bintu gete bikorekane oikatu mekenya rebe esengencho igaro mwango na handare very ready na haro nere zibere nomo na erole kivyake otamu bekera magozo madi chindeli na chiro chinchiro na branya so kure yakagwete uranya weva lakini era nare bunare tari mwango ngote mare go post the parents ngote mare ko ba a bit different bona yanyoranga opposition yali go se bible mbali kumutumeka mono no ene school kwanyoranga yaro mwaini mwibuli otema ko invest mona so muntu yakoranga nerora ire the name of the family fa or say the dreams of the family. So those are some of the factors. Chiragere umuntu mwana otwaro wanchireli uchiya so mwana gete noyo mwana unda feelinga I'm rejected. Another thing, we all live in a situation that bonoiga Gen Z yabangi, including me, we tend to have problems with our parents. Why? Our parents used to live engakigete baragote ngaki omwibuli gate abana keki whether kebe baro na kikorikete na kikere you have no option, lazima you obey kwarore kilimokoro lakini bono twekere na ekagorieke people tend to be like totageta kotegererwa kwarore one the issue the parents are not ready to listen but the others are ready to do what to be listened to, yani baisaranse bakwanerane lakini abaiburi feel to be so glued asoboga mabolibu akaleteki warenge the other time. So people abana abagents feel like abaiburi abange batere turi koigwa muri ontegerera igondo chibunaki, that rejection comes. Actually that's not even rejection, then gender nyiroka according to me differences bono. Another issue factor agere we have some rejection as a family. People believe kiro muntu na what they believe punolega Matilda, you have a belief, and those people who you feel that believe in your beliefs igomoko anyora the same WhatsApp group nini muraba sana nanda abantu mbali batari kwegena. It's just like politics naro tari kwegena sera chao naro roje sami ende chirago believe including chianko chao chiante chao nchiro batari ko enda nae andake you have a different look of life na barabu mbali nyiri gerete boyo wa feel naronga andake you have those differences. And another thing we talked about andaka bana mbali ba kwenda na Bible na barabu, they can feel rejected, they can be part of the family, and especially that family says nga mwana otali ito, so you can feel rejected, and among other factors chiragere you feel andake you are rejected. So I've talked about beliefs chiao, I've talked about the Gen Z factor, I've also talked about obwango bwao na your reputation, your character na beko make you feel rejected. Yes.
Abuge rejection ndiye gocha ko sendio montako akoigwa nga nigale isko ya kregento.
Rejection can be from different forms. Akoba to be in a relationship. Akoba to be that family setup. Yes. Depending on you.
School.
You can even feel rejected lakini or you feel the ngayo kwange takwange.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe more and that's get the interview mochiwa para. No mondo ankali interview no mukusi. I don't mukusi omo. I know my call to you guys. You feel like never rejected. Just because ngale ngi. but it happens that once you allow that thing to get to your mind, no one angry.
Iko kuchanda.
See, rejection is a family level. Na wako fina kuangire. Lakini if you take out your time, wekana soga mdomo ufinde na kuange tena atakuange. So that you feel like that's why the human brain works in a way that once you allow something to your brain, get what's on gosumbwa. Ngendo ngianjira kwa hivi. Like you mondata ngenda nyua marungebe. In the process, you know, the idea to nyua mondata na marungebe kana kunyebe. The idea kwa nyua ndenge ngenda nyu. Nkana friends to come. Maybe they now, maybe it can get ready. But you see, once you are done now from that setup, your friends, and go and
go and
still think, and the young come to night. When you're addiction, same way, you feel like, family members later on are get it because maybe in the degree or no water, that go to the diploma and get school. What I come once a quick isolate. So the section here about isolation, where Russia say family center, what I know, to change number, think what I can. So the idea is not about what comes in as a kind of a rejection. What are the effects here? What as a form of rejection. So you have to go to once we die. It's a process. Pakocha tangamana haya, ninangi mpaka na hili ni chai leo.
Anyway, ayona gati yari na watu kura sensemo yana timanyitinga kiro tukuri yari ariare amagene buna kura ase nsemo yao abuga.
I think ndo chakra story ya gazeti ya Nation ya leo. The story it's 19. It's an opinion ya ikiwa mfano kwa senior masharika itu. But then yes, it's time for us to dialogue.
Yes.
As a country.
Abuga okora toa chinga kitunyare gusugiria bari twabere na bravo emeo murobere kero togenderete unabona endoche 04 baga suramaro safi bana basira temu Wilson Kenawa Eric Osoro Bonventure Movisa 04 na inde Teresa Kimunto Obaigwa wapa kinami na Evelyn Amugunde Promise Enyabwabu mbia mona sana na abale bonsi bagenete goto bwatia ase chinsemo cha Facebook chinsemo cha YouTube na bwigo witira ase namba yetu ye studio. Yes koro kwanira ego yomugano.
The story is an opinion. Having a City Nation page 19. It came one of the senior media guys, Mashari Gaitu. And then it's time, yes, it's time for national dialogue. He's giving an example here, the current president, na former deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua. But think about the state valuable nigga, yoku yake chafu. And that mad state. Wetiringa. Like, giving an example like, kaba abalaiba kwa bagurwana. Anase yo maso para mapema. Atikonyo yone. Ada na wapenda kwa nambaka. Yawa mo wale chinguru umire. But he's giving a good idea that as a dialogue here, Raila Odinga will opinion here what's supposed to be done in the next 1 month. But he's giving a written higher. Raila Odinga is not the right person who could read in the dialogue here. But we need institutions and individuals what they would do. But not even the president or the former deputy president, but I say dialogue here. Yeah, you get to a point at one in Kenya, the leadership of Kenya, what they are doing is we discuss the issue of incitement, base about Kenya as based on their ethnic background. But he's having a good idea that that dialogue at one as a country, they create 2027. Now that thing takes me back to us in the nation about Chingwana. And I'm seeing here they are focusing on 3 members of parliament from the North Rift and the South Rift. No Majumba from I think Wajir, the command of Wajir. Nation is saying that it's creating uncertainty in the country and I'm going inside Kabira against Kabira Ching. Kwa discuss here the DIG. How the guy is in the battle the DIG. We actually published yesterday. We have 1 hour 30 minutes and another soccer. It's called home dose. But story na Matiani. After correct interview get ya Moisonde.
Yes.
Yesterday, the other day, the evening, I cover angle interviewed. Again, don't get one thing. I think the country is going down. Health sector is dead. Pesa chia capitation jiko na school pesa njia. So that he's saying it's not time for dialogue. Tatinga wana jenesi ba kwanza. Montu ne president na rotin kega in the country, so it doesn't be told. But finally, story ya GH school capitation. Nepeche ikomi as a standard, as a nation. Up to now, the government of schools close to 18 billion. Katika stake kutu kwa website school just one year is 22,244. That's by 30. But by one year, just here ruru, it's close to 10 billion joke. It's like half of the money to the school. So the school and the principal and the teachers, they have come to the other higher. So the children which college school.
Yes.
Story of Mali, they don't discuss as a nation, story the pets ya Kavere. Ya kwere ndagate wanga abantu bari during the COVID period, abantu bari ngechiri kunane na 500 abantu chiri kwisato mbali qualified kuri kuna staff kuchokola during the COVID period. Madam sinasi njali yetu public health njali yetu njali yetu kwa front line as kwa COVID-19. That was 2020. Now na bayo mshahara from 2020 mpaka one year. Acha singe sana kia bangu kwa mshahara si wa msini promote. Ono ba promo mshahara kwa dawa close to 150 million. Kwa kama tse cost workers as a program ikromo kini.
Koru COVID-19 mpaka one year.
Close to 150 million. About 3,000 bango kwa promo kini. Our very cost workers in the system. Yeah, COVID-19. And then now and now getting certificate chiu wundi. Naban vitsi saluni bako minaban. Nabande bali carpenter.
Mshahara kego sawa.
Mshahara kego sawa. Nabande bali English teachers bali getuna. Tawala mlama nitaki. Yo mbamba si anavansi nyake kwa na kunti the reason why tu atualete issues chia COVID chia mende nyingi sana. Because under 3,000 in the system. This is almost half. And I think 8,571. Kani 3,000. Ababundi wako wagaita. Andu salonist yani. Carpenter wale baisidi. How to make the fake papers and guys. They can take it for years because they are not going audit ya UX staff because they're supposed to be moved to the county government where they go on permanent pension for terms. So the CS duara katewanga turakorodi kwanza confirm and ambarenga. But interestingly, a number of 50 workers under that same program. But among these 50, but they quit. But they signed it. But still, now the question that comes out of this that only a US joke, 2020. And somebody will have a period, yes, a kind. More than 30 years. And the back. Because somebody died, this was a system. But now this is a challenge with the county government. At they communicate the national government. Because the money was coming from the national government. And I'm back one thing, just it's coming. But now they are saying the program they went by Thursday, Friday, they're counting by the Thursday, Friday, the report is okay. But then I'm 3,000. I'm a carpenter. A guarding
But the issue of ghost working actually, especially in counties, it's something that has been there. Kere county at least never affected no much yoga, and that's why maybe you find out maybe it's a way of maybe looting. No, I watch it mind. Lakini there's a very serious thing, especially the health sector, whereby it needs everyone to have experience and what they are doing. Matildah, in one way, you were admitted by a salonist or even a plumber. I think plumbers are there.
Yes.
And even the NH carpenter and all those. That is a joke, especially with our health sector.
It only happens in Kenya.
It only happens in Kenya. But the issue of ghost working, in fact, there are some of the things that devolved, including the issue of ghost workers. And something that has been, now it's the center stage by the sure. And you remember when our governor was in Garage Stobis, they had to do head counts and try to
driver
to work mathematics driver. It's never mathematized by the way. You find out that but we have over 200 drivers. Who are they driving? If we can have such and such. But all county governments, the issue of ghost working here is something.
Most county governments were done with the second term. The governors went home. My father for 2 terms they went home in 2022. At the most counties now, they are doing the first term governors or second term governors. The issue of ghost workers. Okay, in the 3 campaign, there's a ghost worker or given entry by county. It depends me that there are ghost workers in the system,
especially the health sector.
This is a delicate sector. Like that's why in most cases, anybody in the health sector, there's an example come out of the system that government tries. Can you go bring on our summit in the phone now media also kind of was long as work already degree how you get a job. The only join the media council membership because it's a process you're doing. But the other and then medical cause last month call on the dramatic plumbers have an asylum carpentry from 2020 to now. It tells you how the system is screwed in this country payroll. But if you are able to get 3,000 out of the UXC yoke, I'm really in the Department of Agriculture, but in the education sector, no, it's a challenge by day.
Sure.
Now come back in school, I was home with work college, come after 10 years work college, maybe primary, back work college, senior secondary. I was home, momentarily I think it's a bonus. I also how do you feel? Like there's a time when people get to come staff audit. I have some 2 lecturers in what the genuine papers. I can't go into classes, we feel like they deliver in the ones who are going to school. It's different from the health sector.
Health sector, lazima utoke kwa to usomete.
You are dealing with someone who is a woman. Abantu nabagitine papers ya plambers nabandi cyane tujeje kisagoniste abandi baligituna public health officials I was supervising chinyama sinuje so muntu ongiya supervising
akaenda iwabesa ya tumoke.
That's the danger with this country that and that's why we even have fake products in the market. But the people have been given that responsibility when you keep check for the government. They are honest. They're dishonest. I remember when they are 20, even the Rwanda genocide thing, the media was accused to have fuel the kills,
yes.
the war. If you look at the report of that, the media people are in the sector. Same thing happened in 2007
and 2008.
Media in 1 year that I had fuel these issues. The pain cuts across all sectors. It cuts across all sectors. That if you want to work somewhere.
I can say that we are Cox. I think and Cox in Abange.
But yes, we have taken this thing for. You know the number of youth problems in the streets.
Abantu basomete.
When young woman, there are some that take risk. The pains, even no one to Jete school and college and then Jete school. Come at the one eye, Avocoli, Songas of what the children and Avocoli. Clearly, something has to be done. But I wish to thank the current CS for help. But then we will feel the health sector issues here and continue. At least in 1 year or the other, you feel like
something is happening.
Someone was telling me the other day, like, Share is paying. Well, so there's no need for a private facility, I can share attack and staff. They have to pay. There's a story I saw somewhere, I think in the standard, but now the government, I think it's in the standard, that the government now they are ordering that do something, they are better capacity and tax. They are those ones, so the fiscal check. They are those ones who say they are level 4, but you know there's a capacity of beds, so this one level 4 facility.
Yeah, thank you. Miende.
As Taifa Leo, you know, is Taifa Leo Barnea Daily Nation, but again tunali liga wandani wa Ruto waunga amri ya waandamanaji kupigwa risasi. You see muraibu sana tabanga abantu bono tegaba kwa masasi amagoro of which ekerenga kia enkelinga it was just to disarm them.
Yes.
Talinga ba kubakwe no kosa. But again, Matilda, I want to believe ngabanta ba kirwa masasi ba kure muntu naro agetugoro. Wako gororisa as a live bullet is not no muntu no koreki nobe. Lakini rende abange balia bakumubata sho muraibense aba governor aba senator aba jumbe niko batabanga bono tiga abantu bakwe amasasi. Nabo gazeti ya Taifa Leo
bataba. I think goro weekend ntwabe tukurira mangana yo ntubata bajumbe no ni korarira pare aguseva tabire na mwatebire kiro kende ne serikali egotuma abantu gose gunzi bacha korobekana serikali murabwenza otebire bakwa masasi amagoro mugo tigarende tuitere
you know, the reckless statements actually abuga so amirega na temo soma the one Kamket. You remember last time before the demonstrations, you remember what he said na bona iga chinkwana chigenda tenga nchiringa maybe chikura na chitai sana iko tokuligi over science voito wika chichore of all the worst actually no morai we women rep county ya is Garissa Wajia akoro kwa Jeho nga yani ego bidi toibe Jeho she has no political experience and she doesn't know what the harm she's bringing about kero monto morai ogwatoka something of that kind nali IBC achire and IBC is trying to give structure very boko credible. You see now already you are inciting Kenyans whereby our Kenyan barbatari kucha kwanchirana no bochorio whether it was free and fair nga sudi either na tebetenga ngoli kitorobo science either muntu naro tebete. So leaders of their caliber, I think they should be supporting words chikurwa menu yabo chiri chokoleta omorembe and like koreta division nara yuarenge manene nta nijaribu ni mimi Gen-Z ono morai gose the former CS Fred Matiang'i agotebanga bono Gen-Z bamoteme n'abakenya bande kero mugakara yaro tebanga twende say dialogue. I don't know how many dialogues we shall have this country. The problems that we have.
I think
from 2005, 2010, 2018 during the Uru's regime, 2022 we are talking about NADCO report. It has done nothing. I don't know how many reports Chirach. People who are giving the government to be in track our Gen-Z, how, which mechanism to make collect these people on board? And these are the generation that say very leaderless, very faceless. Abantu tu arochi ba murara ke basoro cha sebare uchi babos makauri. They are not there. So how is this dialogue, the formation of this dialogue? Na kigo chikoba. And who are the main targets? When you talk about professionals and everybody, who has the problem with the government? It is the Gen-Z. So they are the ones perhaps who want to go on board. And how is that going to be done? Also Matiang'i tabanga kende ngeyo there's no dialogue because morai wense na roje kikegenderete it doesn't need a dialogue kende ngeyo actually and it's very true when you just look at you tend to believe nga ama enaro kende kenge koriti ngeyo kwa sababu we are complaining about the same problems bona miujiza kie dialogue kie miujiza kie rabe like whatever happened in Galilea whereby water had to change to be wine abantu banywe ono miujiza kie kokolekana this time this dialogue iraji koreta abantam and we naro abanta bange bakwanga Raila tatoka se dialogue because we all know people know that and perhaps it's an opportunity you collect interest chai. Like now there are people who claim that he is riding on the efforts of Gen-Z also as a government and is enjoying because of the Gen-Z. So the dishonesty
abigitokoro como isiko kagendete ko kuragira kurase serikali
alafu tofauti gazeti ya Taifa
Leo ase ngane yo ngane jaribuni mimi meteke bungongero ke goteba nyasa goteba kante memorole I think
Aquí otemo.
Tema naye.
Tema kiroro ke otema ngantema ngomorole. Ayonda bakolebe.
Anyway, narenga manena ase gazeti ya Taifa Leo. Yako gara mange twanyara kwa toko yaligereri. Kwa gazeti chinde.
Yes. Mbia mana timiti abugange kwa ni comment rabo.
Ayo mara kene kene dinga. I'm going to be part of the dialogue. Another time like this. The last time talk about dialogue, here are politicians.
But sure.
And the National Think report, young Carlos and Ariana Vagos and Baladi. I hope this time, if they get serious, make an sense. People discuss real issues.
Sure.
You know, the issues directly going to take a chinko.
Tell me to
The issue
begin.
on employment, corruption, they can be handled at any stage. Only one that time I had to do with an issue on unemployment. The other day I was telling you, Kim, I can't go and get a mark retire anybody about 55 years. Came at the system.
Aye, ban to bara enda bangi.
55 years and above, come on, that make constitution ya utabuna.
Thank God, obviously, no, koranga bado. Eno mo twara viriro.
30 years from now, maranga retirement, lakini ulita yake about 55 years. So that while valence are promoted. Sometimes I wonder when I see adverts in the newspaper, come on, advert principals, G assistant director, I'm a big experience here, 15 years. You must have served in this job to be there. On I'm very strict, can't if still very system.
Koso ikira 35 baada tapata experience na hiki ya miaka 5.
You see, you look at that job, you get a job ICT director, kuna a job for BQ, you have served for 15 years. Monto yo me as a idea, but then also my idea was almost 40 years ago. The difference there 40 years ago in terms of IT skills, they're different. Monto the canvas last year called the IT.
To como
compare then Monto called the canvas 40 years ago.
Was 2010.
Things are this. The Windows one get Windows what?
Windows.
The last time I fuatilia yaringe 12.
All of them Monto 40 years ago Windows kia somete. Things have changed.
The computer generation
before Chrome came, there was Explorer, there was Mozilla. All of Mondaka 53 years. I got the Mozilla as a computer that me it's so slow. Was Explorer to
of which ikine abantu bange baito tutamanyiti.
So Mondo request like what experience get 40 years. Ungeaje kwa serikali. And now I don't know how you are living there. How many people are in the government for about 50 years? But they technical stuff. Like at the moment, now skills are going to improve. There are departments like agriculture, they've had experience, they've been for 40, 50 years. And I dare say this, and I said last week, almost all county governments, the people are serving as going to the chief head of department of agriculture, they're all retirees. Actually, okay, I'm not saying this for my parents, I work as a department of agriculture. But I'm not getting a grammar, yaring, I put in this studying in department of agriculture. And I'm like, huh? When I'm going to have the youth, where is the vocation, particularly this government? You cannot be fighting for, you are 60, you want to fight for the rights of your youth.
How?
What are you understanding now on tobacco man? And then got a taboniga, Montocorate credit extension, I think the rabbi and we will discuss. One day, one day I had my boss, because you have come from the media background. One day I was given a boss, I call it the business maths. That teacher was my boss at some level. So we could do a story, not a story biashara, but it's a story about the accident.
What's an opinion you're
This is the way you do a story, like for the newspaper, the story came through, we can body expand, we can concrete a story. I give an change. A body is a intro, even to be attacked.
It's a can be a
so you cannot move. Thank God you only stayed for 2 months. Because we couldn't work.
Thank God.
The same thing, but then I'm going to keep it around plus some. But do you sit and there's a program on the media, I think on Friday morning, back at the youth, I can discuss on issues. You listen to those people, they are the OBA country. But they are one nobody in office. You don't think that's implement the policy, but you never push in the water. Make sure you have the youth, and yet they are no mugak. But again, you wonder, I don't know mugak. How am I? Yes,
Erena, what the connections?
Matilda,
Yes,
perhaps there's an animal. I want to call it an animal. I don't know, is it a devil? It's okay experience. The animal we call experience. Like I like what Abuga has asked. You are working in IT, in the 70s. Then we want to get a new person who had 15 years experience. When technology in the age, what 15 years experience? Okay. They are the ones who have now learned. In fact, if they are IT experts, look at what they are doing. Kind of TikTok. If they can bring someone or alive, people move in a casket. There's a time. I don't know whether you have forgotten. I don't know whether you have forgotten. Do you know there's a youth who hacked the government website, a Cairo Seria constituency, and he earned, I think.
Of course, it was almost 6 months.
He earned.
What are
they doing? And all this about the experience. There's a way we can incorporate these ones. Let us have some people who are experienced. People get experience from why do we have attachments? What do we have internship? It's all about experience. Being taught about the work ethics. So the issue of experience, there are some careers maybe you have applied, there are some places like you can incorporate these young people. I like there's a time my president explained about the university model. I like the way the youth were talking there. They were daring him. He was there and it's a one-on-one. This is a learned generation. People who know what they are doing. These are the same people. I could love to see a conversation, a national dialogue, it could include even common wananchi. It is not the issue of politics, political class. Let me tell you, we are talking about dialogue. During the Narco report, we had Eugene Wamalu, we had Kalonzo Musyoka, we had Kimani Ichung'wah. You can tell actually the dialogue was all about the opposition and perhaps is the battle of now, the broad-based,
yes.
the issue of that, the issue of the opposition coming to work with the government. It was a dialogue of politicians. Number two, we have had of public participation. Public participation in this country is a very serious thing. How have you ever participated in a public participation about?
Approach unless to
if public participation itself,
yes,
again the constitutional requirement, it is so hard to implement. What about a national dialogue? Where will we sit the Kenyan youths, all of us, who seem to have no representation, to create a dialogue for our problems? And there are problems that have been existing. Yes, when you talk about joblessness, when you talk about the issue of corruption, these are things that the president just a plan, even to and then you look at how you can incorporate these young people. This is a dangerous generation that if you can't handle them well, you will bring a mess. The issue of Tanzania and Kenya, where they at what point? So the government, through the leadership, through the church, let us sit down and look at things. Last time mangana teri shunga abantu bachire ko protest. Why are we where we are as a country? Perhaps that is the most important question. To solve that one, then you'll find out everything.
Some of what is where we are as a country. Not this is a statement to now Matildah.
Yes.
There's a survey according to Obaigwa called Kenya Vital Stats report by Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. Okay. Now they are saying at the last year 2024, Havana 1.1
million.
1.1 million. Havana
1.1 million.
1.1 million.
2024. Havana 570,000. Havana was getting 539. Intersex getting 9. But the interesting part is this. That's how I was about to make 2024. What the highest proportion is 30.4%. After 25-29 was 25%. 15 to 19, 9.3. Ona sama go na ito no tolega as a group ya 2024 ya. Only 30.4%.
The highest. The highest.
Miaka ya parents ona taba. Ona swaje na go nganda 2024. Apa bibirikari. Abakora nambi yeye. 2024 years ona taba ana. What else population 30.4. So Matildah miaka 2024 na
Ekiro tukurigere kiombe kia Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority EPRA ngia watu gitena na magoria maya ya petroli timiti ekiro tukurigere bana bona iga ase super petrol diesel na boigo kerosene ligegote ba super petrol which commenta na 8.99 shillings na boigo diesel ementena 8.67 shillings na aboigo tukurigere ya kerosene 9.65 igonga amafuta na mentete ase chisiringi gochakera chisiringi sana isato oika chisiringi kianda oika chisiringi 10 watote bera fle 10 bob amafuta mentire ekera elita
6.5
yes.
So Kenyans prepare for a tough time nje what I believe onye ndio onye bogi mambo bole raisi mbono bole because gojibosia still don't expecting ebintu bichikoba raisi bona wikatogase wikato korara kuri twateba bona abantu wikato turigerelinga what other things torakore apart from what you are doing at least you sustain your own family moroche chiskuru choka capitation from the government bado nebwata maden let's hope through the bursaries and other ways abantu baranyore besa egere no even sustaining the school fees yabana ebegen to kerera isi so Kenyans should prepare for a tough time egere bono bogimana bwato igire maboli naboli ringa why are we where we are why are we where we are no travel
why are we where we are
why are we
bueno abugomaite enteketangani abugomaite segia ntangani aonde miaka mirongo ibere nene ne miaka ebuenerete ati 24 years
biblically by the way because the Bible says karokonyora abana bao when you are at
abana
bobosai bwao they are very what bright. That is why this generation, if you find out the Gen Zs, they were born during the youth time of their parents, because even my own mother, if you look at her, you couldn't believe the same way. Well, no, leave alone that. If you look at very well Squeezy, most of the single parents we have, their age group between 19. Onya abana bobozaibo bakaraba ngaini. Then generation alpha, perhaps they are more brighter than the Gen Zs we claim that they are bright. One of dealing with them, especially to abantu bali ba tianda advice abantu bali ba ko chikoliyo borai, including me at some point. Abara imbare ba ko deal Squeezy, the way they dealt with our parents who by situation they never extended their literacy levels. You are dealing with learned class who don't take in your propaganda, who you seem to be giving them 200 and they are like chinkonye for how long? Someone who needs a better solution, abe empowered economically keralituko yani anyorebe se keralituko. So abara ibago cha deal na generation alpha
abaiga bagocha I think tigafasi watu mekemetanda
abaiga 30% yeye
barapwesegi abo egota ko be metanda tari yoko nyako ya street
fana ndikende gaiga ngamba watu nyaka 15 to 19 the 11.3%.
That is a very huge number abuga.
Actually Kisii
11 to 19
yes 11 to 19
15 to 19
vale 11.3%.
abuna bana bare
in high school,
yes.
School.
That is a translation in percentage, but if you bring numbers, that is a big number.
It's big because it's almost a half. Yeah, and 25, 29 years. So that means tells me what 100 at least 3 or 2.
Wow. Yeah.
Never.
You see now, it's a kind of. I don't know it's a kind that is a place called Letago. I was in fact
South Mogrango.
There's another called Letago sub-county hospital. I think from a level 3 facility. Kuzoka ndoro andali baga kwa that region. Okay, I was going to one of the region gari. From the como kata na mwana como somebody go expose like telekani mwanyojo mwana. Nevanga ne umuiri osene boyfriend yae. They'll tend to fight that idea. The issue will come out once. Maybe we must start with complications and they are still saying like to 1.4%, which is a good move because the government insurance cover but these are good figures when the people you see now the people who are the streets now are
24 years.
Issues of corruption is very low, unemployment levels, the economic frustrations are so common than issue.
But I think as young as 15, chipara, 15 we 30. I think okoranga mentally abantu mbari.
And Abuga, when you talk about this 15, I want to just my own theory. And we had that number. It is the level of poverty we might be having. People may be Montanaro, but I think I can take care of your needs in Chito and Wichia. That is, you expect this number by. We are hoping that the statistics after some time you'll find out it might be increasing. Kwa sababu onyenga kinere bono ibintu bikongete mbono and even some people amatoke ngo chikobara makongwake and arach ko push some people bagendere ko kobera ase ko sekonyorana na bana usaba baro still bamente even the age 20 to 25 yego sekonyerigere buya. There are some factors that might have contributed to that rise of number, lakini taribo berende much as it is biblical. We want to bright the generation. And advice you are dealing with a class of learned people who don't take your 200 shillings, your 300 shillings as something serious. Igara Rusia weke bundles na understand yakoreki agwa kama gena. So we need to change the politics of our country. Yeah. We need to change the politics of our country and perhaps look at the ways we can bring something that can accommodate abantaba. Very positive one. Not the issue of work and abantu aberibata tonga banya kominyo kagabu. Those are gone. You can't take me out of Getembe always in 2000. I ask myself 2000 chere. So what? Next. I need something and for the rest of my life I'm empowered. That's why we were arguing and summoning a key. According to me, some yenda the issue of economic empowerment we saw. Perhaps I can translate it to just giving people some tokens, especially to our rate to 30 million, 20 million, at the end of the day. How many people benefited from that place? But when you look at the Kapsaret issue, umuntu up to now is economically empowered. What is economy? When we talk about economic, it is daily, you are getting money on how to move yourself, at least your standards improve. The issue of South Mogirango, the issue of somewhere, for me it was an issue of handouts. How many people
actually say no?
Taracha, yes.
Yes.
They were in my home. I don't know.
Abantu bae tuchimbori, ando bae tuchingo. Kwa timeti abuga nware. Timeti nga abuga kene kwa nyorete nesta.
Montanaro abuga. Montanaro tugira ngoko. Akaye ngoke kareto musarara. Akatuare mbori. Akatuare ngombe. That is a very good one. I don't want to question how many people got. I try to ask people.
Ncherendeozi mbanyorete.
Kini mbanyorete.
Yes.
Tuaroje mbanyorete. That one is good. And even the Crocs is not bad. If they are able to give us Crocs, let them give us also. What I found those places like now, Chembre got to Nyinge, Pataranyole para.
Crocs na bachiko
kon. It was a good thing by the abantu mba konye tumwana ro tabwate, and that was good. Nechibuti batoe, at least no mbrage go to pare taraba.
And then, you know the power of Crocs as a Kenyan.
Yeah, very, very powerful.
Like Crocs, those are the purpose in English. Otumia gwesi.
Which is school.
I know boko be koroka na decent.
Very true.
On a crocs age, you know, town again to what the crocs age, man, the only difference getting now, there are different types of crocs. So they're cheap, they're expensive, all this. But that was not the area function where they the program they asked for that each
avocado by the
avocado to groups. I saw some groups to up to 200,000, 150,000. And there was another idea you called school tank. 5,000 liters of water tanks. School across the county. I think there were around 15 schools here. I think it was near a school chair. But the main one, young
Chimbori, that was good. Incredible.
You see, when the volume again in the market, price between 5 to 8,000. When I'm bullying on your end of Buya, within 1 year, I put him one in Virus. Look at
it. For example, even an area called twins.
Yes.
You are
quite Chimbori, but now, you know, we're not looking at the unemployed. These are widows. Widows varying almost 130 from across the country. I would kill one body. So they did not looking at thing and body. Widow is the economic value in body as one.
Very true.
The widow and Gaga, which are probably more avenues. They were kind of machine. No, what the common do what the pressure, so what the diabetes, and you put in the stone carvings, it's soapstone. When you want to go, it gives you pressure like overfeel, or very relaxed. You release the veins, maninganya or supreme. Same way that we do in Bolivia. When I can you what in and then go out of this one?
Police.
You are kind of not and then you think I need young. When I think them bully, I tell to be a part.
Yes. Mbiomono sana mwancho murigiria ese biro biga turachi gukorera omoro biro biga kweri tuko riarero mbiomono kiagira kwagendere kubo mwegeno kurutwa chagete kuikira ebiro biga kirando cha tigaire chitage kange bire chioka chirage chinsa nye cha bono mambe kurase studio akabire etimu entingu kege kekurawa anere Mike Wills na Boigo Rogers tupate matundra na Boigo na bonse bali banyara kweneke kwanyole chipicha nilio giasinchira engikirano na Boigo abatenere bonse begeta sene kiga nabo bagere okotonyora embeo rituko ase elinde na Boigo konyora esigno etari gochanda mwancho murigereria naye ase enchira ayavene gendera gutigara eme ya Getembe TV elinde togendera gusanga aya tupate chingaki ichonsi nkoruko Matildah Obaigwa twarengenere Samienda na Boigo Eric Abuga oika chingaki chinde twara oburigereria obia
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara uzito somya bamuraba kikuya mandege uzito somya bamuraba kikuya mandege Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda